What do you call? Heads, he calls. It is tails. You've won the toss. Harding won the toss. Will defer.
It's a cold, rainy Saturday in Searcy, Arkansas on the final weekend in November. That is the setting for round 2 of the playoffs. 12-0 Harding meets 10-2 Pittsburg State. And for the winner, the season continues into December and a ticket to the region final next weekend. Football greetings and welcome inside First Security Stadium today for the NCAA Division II playoffs. Billy Morgan with Park Parish, and we are delighted to have you with us today for a rematch between the Bisons and Gorillas, two teams that met in last year's playoffs. And Park, always great to be with you when fall camp begins in August. Teams hope to be in this situation, to stay on campus when most students are all gone home for Thanksgiving break. Both of these football teams were able to spend Thanksgiving week together getting ready for another playoff game, and only 16 teams in D2 football had that opportunity this week.
Yeah, Billy, you can really trace it back to almost any level of football leading up to this, and most teams want to be playing on Thanksgiving, so both of these two football teams are really talented and have obviously beaten some really good football teams to get here, and we should be in for a treat this afternoon.
Yeah, in this series, all in the playoffs, just the third meeting. They met back in 2014. That was up in Pittsburg, Kansas, 59-42. Harding jumped out to an early lead. Pitt State came back and won that game. And then last year, up in Pittsburg, Kansas, the Bisons down 3-0 early, but then they won 48-3 in that one.
Yeah, it was kind of the flip of the coin there, the other side of the coin, I guess I should say, with Pittsburg State rattling off a bunch of points back in 2014 to win that football game. I think 38 unanswered or something like that. And then Harding kind of flipped the script on them last year and had 48 unscored or unanswered points of their own. So the tale of two games there. We'll see what this one holds.
And for the fans, you heard our referee. We'll hear him throughout the day. He was down on the field for the coin toss, and it is time for the opening kickoff. Magnus Lepak has it teed up, and we are underway. A high end-over-end kick that's going to be caught 5 yards deep in the end zone. They bring it out across the 10, 15, 20, up to the 22. There's a flag that comes in. O'Day on the stop, and Pitt State started the game a week ago, Park, with a kick return for a touchdown, and that was from Taiwan Atkins. He did that 99 yards last week, and he wanted to return one there and did return it, but we'll check the penalty.
During the return, personal foul, blindside block, number 35. Return team. Half a distance to goal, first down.
That's Jerry Wellmaker. He's our referee from the South Atlantic Conference. So now Pitt State is going to start very deep on their own end of the field. And when you're talking about early on in this football game and you talk about the Harding defense, just averaging, giving up 7.2 points per game. It's a Pitt State offense that's giving up or scoring 29.8 points per game. Barry is the quarterback, and Jackson Berry takes the snap out of the gun, hands it off, coming near side. Jordan Mays tackled at the 6-yard line, and that time the carry from Kieran Parchment. 4 touchdowns for him, 4 touchdown receptions on the year, 36 catches, and it'll be second down and 4. Jackson Berry, 6', 201-pound senior from Prosper, Texas, 61% completion rate. He's thrown for 2,594 yards, 14 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. 216 yards passing per game. He threw for 177 yards last week and a touchdown. He takes here. He'll give it inside. Big hole up the middle. And now angling right to the 25, 30, up to the 35-yard line. And a good gain. And bumped out of bounds out of the near side. That's a good run from Pitt State. And Zamari Pelot-Gary with his first carry at 59 yards last week.
Yeah, we saw last week Northwest had some luck between the tackles right there. There's a big hole. The offensive tackle was able to get to the next level and get on the linebacker, and that opened up a big hole for the run game.
So it's first down up to the 37-yard line. How important is it for Pitt State to be able to establish a run game?
Well, I think you need to, especially with how talented this Harding defense is. You can't become one-dimensional, so you need to be able to run the football to open up the passing game.
They're going to throw it here on first down. It is tipped and batted down. Tipped and batted down. And Jordan Mays was able to get a hand on it.
Yeah, he got two hands on it, Billy. That was almost an interception right there. He nearly brought that one down.
Jordan Mays, 55 tackles on the year, 6 tackles for loss. And he had an interception in last week's win. Second down at the 37-yard line. Barry claps his hands, and now Barry gives it on the sweep around the left end, trying to look for some room, and now a good run there, and able to get across the 42 up to the 43-yard line. There was nothing outside for Jalen Travis, and then he was able to pick his way forward, Park, and he picked up 7, in which it looked like he was going to get maybe 2.
Yeah, just kind of got behind his big guys there, and there wasn't really a gap anywhere, but just got behind some linemen moving downfield and was able to get 7.
So it's third down and 3. It's a Pitt State team coming in 66 for 172, 38% on third down. Harding has held its opponents to 30% on third down. Third and 3 with open field to the right. Now Barry looks left, now throws left, incomplete, and it'll be fourth down. It was intended for Kieran Parchman, Luke Martin on coverage, and it's fourth down and 3, and the Gorilla punt unit will come out.
Yeah, throw just a smidge off target right there. The receiver got a hand on it and looked like he was going to bring it down with one hand, but Luke Martin was right there to break it up.
Tyler Antlin, a redshirt freshman, 42 punts on the year, average of 41 yards per game. He's very good, though. 7 punts of 50 yards or more on the year, and a high end-over-end kick that's going to go inside the 10-yard line. They down it. Pitt State downs it at the 1-yard line. So it is down at the 1, and Arlandis Mitchell, the senior from Independence, Missouri, was able to get downfield and down it at the 1, and a big play for Pitt State on special teams to start. Let's go downstairs and check in with the third member of our broadcast crew, Eli Dean. Eli?
Yeah, Billy, so that first drive, a lot different than it was last year. Ferris was able to get a field goal on their opening drive, but for the defense for Pitt State, Stephen Ward, he's a senior linebacker for Pitt. He said that they needed to play a physical offense as tough as they've ever done. They need to not get by doing their jobs. They need to dominate, and that's what they're going to be looking to do here today, Billy.
All right, thanks, Elon. It is Cole Keelan who will take the snap, and he's going to get right behind the right guard and just carry it forward, and right behind Kobe Williams as well, the center, and he also got right behind David Gomez. He's going to get a couple, give it a little breathing room right there. Second down and 8 for the Bisons here. And Keelan, how much does his leadership mean for this football team? His 53rd career start, 48 wins as a start.
Well, it's just a calming presence back there. You know, you have the ultimate trust in a quarterback with Cole just because he has run this offense for so long and so effectively.
Football is at the 3 on the right hash mark, and now handed off to Miller around the right end up to the 6-yard line, maybe to the 7 before he stopped. And Stephen Ward, 84 tackles for him on the year. He made the tackle, 8 tackles for loss, and now it's third down and 4. Bisons on the year on third down, they are 55% on the season. And Pitt State allowing teams only 37% on third down. Andrew Miller, second in the nation, 8.33 yards per carry. Had 195 yards last week and a touchdown. Third down 4 with open field to the left. Keelan to the line of scrimmage. Now Keelan takes the snap. Toss to the left side for Jay. Makes one miss up to the 15. He's going to get up to the 19-yard line. It's a Harding first down, and the tackle is going to be made by Blake Carr. It's his 70th tackle on the year. Another youngster, redshirt freshman from Clyde, Texas, made the tackle, but Harding converts on third down.
Yeah, midline triple right there. Nothing fancy about it. That's just your base offense. Really, really well executed by Cole right there.
First down at the 19-yard line for Harding. The Bisons' first downs were a big part of it last week, and the time of possession. Harding dominated that last week. Jay is in motion, handed off here to Miller. He's got a hole, steps to his right, takes it across the 25 to the 26. He is tackled by Stephen Ward. It's a pickup on the play of 7 and in fact give him 8 up to the 27. Second down and a couple here.
Well, that's just basic zone dive, and when you see zone dive go for 8, then you know you've got something really nice going on at the line of scrimmage right there. Good job by the O-line of moving those big guys up front. This is a big D-line, and they opened up a nice hole right there for Andrew.
Harding had the football for over 43 minutes in last week's win over Northwest Missouri State. Second down from the 28-yard line. Give to Miller. He's going to get up near the 30, and then he's going to be wrapped up and then shoved backwards. And he's got enough for a first down. He crossed the 29 up to the 30. First down Harding. Tackle made by Eli Wilcox. 5.5 tackles for loss for him on the season. Now it's first down number 2 for Harding up just across the 30.
It's always tough on defensive backs playing this offense. They get used to being in coverage mode all year long, and then they have to be in tackle mode all day today.
And now movement up front, and we're going to have a penalty marker comes in. Second penalty flag of the day. 9:27 left here in the first quarter.
All sides. Number 95, defense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
First downs last week, I was talking about the time of possession. 43-17 for Harding, 16-43 for the opponent, Northwest Missouri State, and Harding racked up 31 first downs in that game.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was just extremely efficient, really, is what it was. You know, just a lot of third and shorts, and then managing. Coach Wheaton, the offensive coordinator, did a good job of getting this offense in the right play call, and then the guys executed. We talked about it last week, the grading. I would like to see the grades last week.
1st and 5, and now toss for Jay, who's going to throw the football. It's incomplete. It was intended for Brady Barnett, and he slipped or there was contact. The crowd wanted contact on the home side. Coverage from Christian Cross, but it looked like he slipped a bit, and that was designed for Jay to throw it to him, but incomplete. Now second down and 5. You can reach in the playbook and get creative on 1st and 5, can't you?
You can, and it was really nice coverage right there. There was potentially a hold, but it wasn't egregious.
Second down and 5 from just across the 35-yard line. Call it the 36. And now here's Keelan, keeps around the left end. Keelan carries it forward. He's dragging tacklers across midfield into Pitt State territory to the 48-yard line. First down Harding, and Christian Cross, a senior from St. Louis, on the tackle.
You know, he's not the home run threat that other backs are in this offense, but he does punish you down the field. That guy runs hard. We've seen it all year long, really. When he gets into the secondary, he's a load to bring down.
So there was a penalty against Pitt State, but the Bisons will decline it offside. And so it's to the 47-yard line. And boy, Pitt State had the Bisons pinned at the 1. This drive, remember, started at the 1-yard line. And then Cole Keelan with a good, strong run there. His first carry. Park, that's a 17-yard carry for Keelan. From the left hash, handed off to Miller. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and carries it forward to the 45-yard line. Stopped by a pair of gorillas, Stephen Ward and Jordan Rogers. Jordan Rogers has had a great year. Senior from Belmead, Texas, 76 tackles, 5 interceptions on the year, and 6 tackles for loss.
Blake Carr did a nice job right there of getting inside the lineman that was supposed to block him and getting just enough of Andrew Miller to take his head of steam away.
Second down and 7:57 left first quarter in a scoreless game. Second round of the NCAA Division II football playoffs from Searcy. And now Keelan takes a snap, toss left side, Jay, 40, and hit hard and knocked down. He had a running start. He had a head of steam, and then he was hit hard and popped by Jordan Rogers, who brought him down. But it's an 8-yard pickup, almost 8.5, and now it's third down at about 1.5 yards. Well, they're going to say a full 2 back to the 39-yard line. If Rogers doesn't step in that hole, that might have went for a big one.
That's the thing is, you know, it's a minimal game, but it's just you're one guy away. It's so tough on defense because you have to be gap disciplined. Otherwise, that goes for 6.
3rd and 2. Here's Miller, carries it forward between the tackles down to the 35. It's a first down for Harding, so they moved the change there. Last week, the Bisons were 10 of 13 on third down. I thought that was a huge reason for the victory. and being very good on third down.
Yeah, and it started with first and second down. They were so good on first and second down that it set them up for success. If you get in third and long situations in this offense, you're in a bind, but they were able to keep it third and manageable. It felt like the whole game.
First down from the 34. And now Keelan, toss right side, and now this is Franklin running outside the tackles, right along the hash marks, inside the 30-yard line, down to the 25-yard line. He's going to get 11 and a Harding first down, and they'll move the chains. And Christian Franklin was big a week ago, and 2 touchdowns last week for him.
I'll tell you what, if toss looks like that all day, it's going to be a long day for this Gorilla defense.
6:14 left here in the first quarter. And open field is to the left as Keelan comes up, looks over the defense. And now Keelan, line of scrimmage is the 24. And now Keelan keeps around the left end, and he's going to be cut down after a short gain. That was Ryan Medeiros. 41 tackles for him on the season coming in. Came from the right side to make the tackle, but Cole Keelan able to get 4 and second down 6.
Well, if you don't watch this offense much, you see that play and think, oh, he didn't get much. But this offense is designed to be so efficient that it hits so quick that what looks like a minimal gain is really 4 yards.
Wind is blowing across the field. For those of you maybe watching a game from this stadium for the first time, this is a east-west field, so the wind coming out of the south. Toss for Jay. Jay dives forward inside the 20-yard line, down to the 17. And now it's going to be Medeiros who made the tackle. There's another third down for Harding. 3rd down and 3. And Pitt State would love to get the Bisons off the field, make them try a field goal right here.
Yeah, be interesting to see the decision if they don't, in fact, convert this 3rd down.
Harding in the red zone, 47 of 56 this year, 41 of those touchdowns. And now from the 17-yard line, Keelan to the line of scrimmage, takes a snap, hands it off Miller, and he is going to run forward down inside the 15-yard line, down to the 13, near the 12. He's got enough for another Harding first down. And right now the Bisons are winning that battle up front.
Yes, they are. I mean, anytime you can just run straight zone dive and get 4 or 5 yards, that's deadly.
So now it's on the left side near the left hash, and first down and 10. And now here is the inside give to Miller, and then Miller is going to carry it forward down inside the 10, down near the 8. He's going to be stopped by Blake Carr. You mentioned him earlier. And it's a 4-yard pickup, 2nd down and 6 for Harding. And now the Gorillas will bring in a new defensive lineman. 3:57 left here in the first quarter.
Well, these games go fast when you're watching these option offenses. I mean, especially when you start on the 1-yard line, this methodical drive, it just eats up clock.
And rain in the forecast. It's not raining right now. Rain during pregame warm-ups, mid-40s. Now Keelan will take the snap, hand it off to Miller, and beg your pardon, toss left side. Jay, and Jay is going to get to the goal line. Did he get in? He did. Touchdown. And let's see.
I think he might have fumbled out of bounds, but I think it's short of the goal line.
Well, the official first threw his arms up, so we'll have to see. Now they're going to get together and talk about it. Yeah, the head linesman had a better view of it. He comes over and sees. Let's see what they say from downstairs.
Ruling on the field, we have a fumble. Out of bounds forward, will return to the fumbling spot. First down on the 1-yard line.
Yeah, I'm glad you saw that part because, I watch this team play all the time, and I have other guys ask me about, do you get tricked? And I said, well, yeah. And
it's hard to see.
Yeah, and I really thought they'd give it up the middle, and then the one official didn't see that it had been fumbled, and he had signaled touchdown, but you saw that it was fumbled. So now it's at the 1.
Fortunate to go out of bounds and not through the end zone.
And
that's a turnover and a touchback.
It's 1st and goal. The result of the play. So 1st and goal, and I'll give to Miller into the end zone. Touchdown, Harding. Andrew Miller with a 1-yard touchdown run, and that is touchdown number 21 for Andrew Miller on the year. And Harding grabs an early 6-0 lead. They go 99 yards on the opening drive.
I mean, you got to think if you're Pittsburgh State, all right, we've pinned them on the 1. We're set up here, and Harding will just wear you down with that that just efficient offense that they have.
So now here is Lepak for the extra point try. Flag is down, and this play never happened. So the kick was good, but they blew it dead before. So there will be another.
Offsides. Defense. That penalty is declined. Retry.
Okay, so Harding will try the PAT again. Magnus Lepak. Mamata will hold it. Luke Mamata and Xavier Hilton. He's the long snapper. Will snap it. Now waiting on the snap. Good. It's a snap that gets away from Mamata. Now Lepak rolls right. Now throws back of the end zone, just trying to make something of it, and it is broken up in the back of the end zone. And the 2-point try there after the missed opportunity with the PAT. Remember, the football, is a little wet, and both teams will have to deal with that today. And Harding does not get the extra point. So timeout. Let's take it. It's 3:08 left here in the first quarter. It's 6-0. Harding leads. We step away for 60 seconds. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs. .308 left here in the first quarter. Billy Morgan, Park Parrish, and Eli Dean down on the field with us. Harding went 99 yards on their first drive, 17 plays, 9:31. That took a ton of time off the clock, and they get the touchdown but do not get the extra point.
Yeah, interesting. The first try was good, but they declined the penalty, obviously, there. Well, the officials blew it dead.
Yeah.
And obviously it's a retry.
Winner of this one plays Western Colorado or Texas Permian Basin next week. 3:08 left in the first quarter, and now Magnus Lepak with the kickoff, and it's a kickoff that's going to go out of bounds on the near side. We have not seen a lot of that from Magnus Lepak on the year. 3 or more touchbacks in every game this year. 42 of his 77 kickoffs, PATs. I beg your pardon, are touchbacks. Yeah, and PATs, Harding's been almost perfect on that and only missed one.
Timeout on the field. Media.
So another media timeout. We'll keep it right here. We just took the media break a few moments ago, so we keep it right here. Pitt State, obviously, this is a game that, with the tradition, both of these teams, Pitt State winningest program in D2 football history. So, and I tell you, one of the most interesting stats I thought, Park, when looking at all their history, and there's a ton of guerrilla history to look at, but since 1994, this team has won 125 games on the road and only lost 39, one tie, 761 winning percentage in their last 165 road games. That goes back to 94. That's a lot of winning. That's a program that has a culture that knows how to win on the road.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is they expect to win, and it's just what they do, and they've done a lot of it in that time frame. And it's a program that is well respected across the country.
We said that the winner of this one plays UT Permian Basin or Western Colorado. And then some other games going on. Saw Kutztown got off to a good start in the playoffs last week. They're a 1 seed in their region. They're up big, 56-12 Albany State leads Benedict 7-6. How about that Benedict game last week? Tremendous ending to that game.
Yeah, that was wild.
And Ferris State, number 1 in the nation, they were down 17-14. They are almost at halftime right now and lead Ashland 28-17. First down, and that UT Permian Basin Western Colorado game has not started yet. It starts at 2 o'clock Central Time. First down from the 35 for the Gorillas. And now Barry steps up. He's going to run. He can do this across the 40, dives up to the 43-yard line. He's an excellent runner. He is going to get about 7 on the play, almost 8. Second down and a couple coming up right here. We'll give him 8. But Barry on the year, he's run for 229 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. So he's a dual-threat quarterback that can hurt you with his legs or his arm.
Yeah, good coverage down the field that time, and a pretty good push by the Harding D-line, but just nobody able to break through, and he was able to find a little escape room.
Barry claps his hands, takes a snap, turns, hands it off, runs into a wall, now bounces it outside, and he's going to get plus yardage. And Clark Griffin made the tackle. It's enough for a first down. That's a good second effort by Cleo Chandler Jr. We'll see a lot of him today. He's a senior from Cleburne, Texas. He scored a touchdown a week ago and 51 yards rushing. And we expect to see 3 backs from the Gorillas. Jacoby Smith, we'll see him as well, along with Zamari Pelode Gary. First down at the 46-yard line of Harding. I beg your pardon, of Pitt State. Now Barry takes, and now Barry throws over the middle, and it is complete. And about a yard short of the first down. Zach O'Day made the tackle at the 46-yard line of Harding, and is complete there to Grayson Holbert. And he's caught 57 passes on the year. 9-yard pickup, second down and a yard for Pitt State.
Yeah, nice catch right there, and he earned that one. He took a lick at the end of that play, but when you run routes across the middle, that's what's going to happen.
So it's second down, about a yard and a half. 1:21 left in the first quarter. And now Chandler is the back, and now Chandler Jr., give it to him. He's got a first down. Clark Griffin makes the tackle at the 41-yard line, and he got a hole off that left side to just dart through, and he did, and he gets 5 on the play. And it's first down for the Gorillas to the 41-yard line of Harding, and they're driving.
Yeah, I mean, they know they're going to have to score some points, the Gorillas do, and so if they're going to hang around in this game after what they saw the Harding offense do, they need to put together a scoring drive of their own right here.
So it is first down at the 41-yard line. Light rain right now at the stadium. Football on the left hash from the 41. Man in motion from left to right, and now Barry to throw. Barry, pressure after him. Rolls out of the pocket, deep in the pocket now, and he's going to try to throw it away to the near side, and does. And it's incomplete. He was just trying to get rid of that.
And he did a really nice job of doing it because he had a couple guys breathing down his neck. Clark Griffin was right there.
Jalen Travis was the intended receiver. Now it's second down and 10. Yeah, and he had backed up all the way back to the 45 on the Pitt State side of the 50. So Harding really scrambling, trying to get after it. Harding on the year, 26 sacks.
The right tackle just got driven, 10 yards back right into his face.
Second down from the 41. And now man in motion, and they give it to him around the left side, inside the 40-yard line. Jordan Mays and Martin on the tackle, and the carry there by Grayson Holbert. It's a 4-yard pickup, third down and 6.
Well, that was a really nice job right there by Luke Martin. Flying up there with a reckless abandon right there, just laying the wood.
Final play of the first quarter, 6-0. Harding leads after 1. We'll come back for the second quarter to Searcy, Arkansas in 60 seconds. This is the NCAA Division II football playoff. 6-0 Harding leads. We go to the second quarter of play. Pitt State driving. 63 yards for the Gorillas, 93 for the Bisons. And Harding 94 on the ground, 55 on the ground for the Gorillas. 2 penalties against the Gorillas, no penalties against Harding. One of those, and that's not even on the stat sheet, but one penalty really aided the Gorillas because he was blown dead. Harding then after that did not convert on the PAT.
Right.
3rd down and 6 now for Pitt State. And they're 0 for 1. This is just their second 3rd down. So from the 36-yard line, and now going to keep it on the ground right here and get to the 35. Jordan Mays and Clark Griffin. What a tandem at linebacker they've been all year. They combine to make the tackle, and it's 4th down and 4 after the 2-yard pickup there by Zamari Palo-Gary.
Yeah, and that was a 4-down territory call right there. No question they were going for it on 4.
4th down from the 35. Shotgun for Jackson Berry. Now looking into the boundary with 14:24 remaining in the second quarter. Play clock at 8 at 7. And now the tight end moves over to the left side. That's Jaden Knight. And now the play clock's at 0. Did they get a timeout, or did they let the play clock run all the way down?
Looks like they let it run down.
You know, the flag is down. 14-11 left here in the second quarter. See if they'll punt here for field position.
Delay game, offense. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
You know, I'm a little surprised by that, Billy.
You thought they were going, didn't you?
Well, based off the 3rd down play call, I thought they would. I'm not surprised they took the penalty. It helps the punter out a little bit, but I'm surprised because I thought that if they were planning on punting on 4th down, I would have expected to see the ball in the air on 3rd, but here we are.
So now it's 4th down from the 40. Good snap, the punt away. It's an end-over-end punt. Ty Duggar calling for a fair catch, takes it at the 12. The senior, what a career he's had here at Harding. Went to high school at Harding Academy, played his high school games on this field. 59 tackles, 2 interceptions on the year for him. And the football is at the 12-yard line, and now Harding will get the football back. Their last drive, 99 yards. Wind has picked up. It is really howling out of the south. We were down on the field before the game, and it's cool down there, mid-40s and a rain, damp day.
Yeah, the wind has picked up, and so has the rain.
Yeah, we could not see the rain earlier. The rain not as heavy as it's been so far. Football's at the 12-yard line, and now Keelan takes a snap, hands it off for Miller. He'll cross the 15-yard line, get it up to the 16-yard line, maybe the 17-yard line. He's stopped by Blake Carr, and it'll be a 4-yard pickup, 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, this is a big drive right here for the Bisons. Really a statement drive.
So 2nd down. Miller is the fullback. Mentioned 195 yards a week ago. 527 yards and 7 touchdowns and 7 playoff games for him coming into today. Handed off to Miller, and he sidesteps to the right, takes it up the yard line, and then he's going to be tackled by Rogers, Jordan Rogers. It brings it 3rd down 2.
You know, with this offense, if you're Pitt State, you know your possessions are limited, so going down 2 scores is not the start you want to have, so this is a big drive for this defense.
So now 3rd down, and Miller again, and now Miller spins and takes it across the 25 up to the 27-yard line. He's going to have a 1st down for the Bisons, and Harding has a lineman. Jake Mitchell lost his helmet, the senior from Green Hill, Alabama. So now it's 1st down, Harding up to the 27-yard line. They do move the chains.
Pitt State just running a 4-3 defense. It's kind of become standard what we've seen against this Bison offense.
Now from the right side, this time Pitt State could not have played that any better.
No, that's what you need on first down if you're playing against this option offense. Is you have to have a negative play or a play for little to no gain on first down.
There is a negative play. Cole Keelan kept it around the right end, and then Tayshawn McDaniel stepped in there and made the tackle. 8 tackles for loss for him on the year. So now it's second down and 11.
So if you're the Harding offense here, you have to kind of think, I've got to make up, for 2 plays here. This offense is built for 3rd and short, so you got to find a way to get 7 or 8 here.
Second down and 11, and now Keelan, and this time this is going to be a negative play again. The Gorillas really got in the backfield. That's a good defensive play, and that was Kairos Martin, redshirt freshman from Parkville, Missouri. 5.5 tackles for him on the year, and also Max Delansky, sophomore from Winter Garden, Florida. Now Harding, the Gorillas have them right where they want them on 3rd down instead of 3rd and short like Harding has had. Now they're facing 3rd and 12.
I think Cole was saying the D-line right there did a hard slant. He read it up right, I think, but the backside tackle made the play.
So now Bison's trying to run it inside. There's nothing there. The Gorillas that time stopped Miller for a loss. And Jeremy Sharp, senior, made the tackle. 6.5 tackles for him on the year. And the Gorillas turn away the Bisons and force Harding to punt the football.
Yeah, that was a big stop right there for the Gorillas.
Luke Mamana, who is on to punt it. Good snap to him. They come after the punt. He gets the punt away, and it's going to hit at the 38-yard line, and the Gorillas get away from it. They came after that punt. It's going to be down at the 31-yard line. So now the Gorillas will take over with 10:26 left, and their defense did exactly what they needed there, and they'll get the football back, and we have a media timeout. We'll step away from a cold, rainy First Security Stadium in Searcy for 60 seconds. It is 6-0. Harding leads. 10:26 left here in the second quarter as we pause for 60 seconds. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs. So the Pitt State Gorilla defense gets them the football back, and the Gorillas start at the 31-yard line. Their own 31, 6-0 Harding lead second quarter. And turn handed off. Palone Gary around the right end, and he's cut off, and that's Luke Martin who stopped him, and he slipped, it looked like. Takes it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be second down and 8. Park Parrish, you ran this offense, and when the Bisons went to the quarterfinals in 2016, you were the quarterback. And people said all week, they talked about, well, Harding's a running team. They talked to me about that. They said obviously it's going to be a rainy day. Will that help them? And talk about that. It doesn't really help.
No, anytime you are transferring a wet football, it makes it much more difficult. And Harding does a lot of that.
Second down and 8. And now Barry hands it off again. Palone Gary's going to be stood up by Jordan Mays right at the 35-yard line, and now third down. And kind of continue that thought on that, trying to, with a pitch and just a lot of things that goes involved in that.
The first play is a mesh point with the running back, right? So there's one connection there that you're either transferring or pulling. And then obviously there's another one with the pitchman. So there's at least two, if you're running the option. each play, and then the quarterback obviously has to pitch the ball with his offhand when he's going to the right for Cole Keelan since he's left-handed. So, yes, it absolutely impacts the option offense, almost maybe not quite as much as a throw-heavy team, but pretty close.
3rd down 6 from the 35. Berry takes a snap. He dropped it, and now Berry is going to be sacked. Justin Sobczak and Caden Spencer dropped him back at the 26-yard line, and now it's 4th down, and we saw the wet football come into play right there.
No doubt, yeah. I mean, that's exactly what we're talking about. He's not trying to pass there. He's just trying to catch the ball off the snap. And so just every time that football transfers hands, it's difficult when it's wet.
The rain is not in anybody's favor, I don't think. We even saw that maybe affect the extra point try.
Yes, no doubt.
So now 4th down, and the punt. Harding came after the punt, almost got it. This is a good high punt. Ty Duggar calls for the fair catch at the 37, and Harding will take over this possession. But after the Gorillas, their defense threw Harding and made them go back to the sideline, made them punt the football. That's a big win for Harding's defense to force a 3 and out.
Yeah, definitely some adjustments made on that defensive line, if nothing else, by the Gorillas. They were able to get some penetration. We don't see Harding go backwards very much, and so whatever they did last time, we'll see if Harding can adjust.
Harding has 8 first downs. Pitt State 3 first downs. Harding is 4 of 5 on 3rd down. That was the first time they've been stopped a few moments ago. Pitt State 0 for 3 on 3rd down today. Football is at the 37. And now Keelan toss to the right side. This is Hines Jr. And his first carry is going to take it up to the 40-yard line and stopped by Stephen Ward to pick up a 4, and also Jasper Ogburn in on the tackle. The junior, 36 tackles for him on the year. Hines Jr., very explosive player, 5 touchdowns. He averages 12.4 yards per carry. He can make something happen when he touches it.
Yeah, you just got to think anytime you're seeing toss to the outside, one of these guys is going to break loose at some point. That's why they all have these huge yards per carry numbers.
2nd down 6, toss left side for Jay. 45, midfield. Jay's gone. 40, 30, angling left. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Harding. And Braden Jay, 59 yards for the touchdown. And Harding leads 12-0. 7:23 left in the first half. And Braden Jay, 2 touchdowns a week ago. That's his 19th rushing touchdown on the season.
We were just talking about it the play before, right? These guys hit the edge, and you see their numbers, their yards per carry, and you think, man, these guys are just one step away almost every time. And sure enough, there goes Braden Jay.
Bisons for the extra point try. Placement is down, and Lepak swings his right leg and boots it through. And Harding now has a 2-score lead. 13-0 as you watch the replay. 7:23 left here in the first half. And Braden Jay with his first touchdown in the game. And the Bisons now have a 13-0 lead. We'll step away for 60 seconds. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs. .23 left in the first half. 13-0 Harding leads, and 2 plays, 63 yards. That drive, Braden Jay with the touchdown run of 59 yards. And what were you saying before that last play, Parr?
You know, we talked about how explosive those slot backs are, and I mean, you give them a sliver of a gap and they can take it the distance. You know, this is a game of adjustments, Billy. We saw Pittsburgh State make some adjustments after the first drive and really have some success, and then Harding answers.
So now here's a high end-over-end kickoff that is short, going to be taken from the 7-yard line, run it to the right side, and covered up at the 20. And I thought for a moment the football had come free. It did. The football was free. I'm not sure if they were going to rule that a fumble or not, but it was recovered, and it was Luke Nigamon who had the football, a sophomore from Girard, Kansas.
Yeah, I never saw a beanbag come out, but it's inconsequential either way.
So it's first down. Open field to the left. Pistol formation here. And Barry play fake, going to throw it. Barry steps up in the pocket. Barry's going to run across the 25. Flag is down. He slides down at the 30. They're going to mark it at the 32. It would be a 12-yard gain. But where that flag is thrown, we'll hear from Jerry Wellmaker, but that looks like that's coming back.
Yeah, it's where you would expect holding. Everybody's marching back.
Holding, 65, offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. First down.
So now take it back inside the 20-yard line. And this will go all the way back to the 10. So now the Gorillas with first down and 20. 7:09 left here in the first half.
And you've got to think they really, really feel like they need points right here.
And now 90 yards from their end zone. Barry with a back to his left, takes, hands it off, and not much, nothing. In fact, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Clark Griffin is there, and also Chase Gratt, the junior from Taft, California, made the stop.
Yeah, really nice play right there by Gratt, getting off a block and filling a gap.
So now it's first down, or second down, I beg your pardon, to carry. That time we saw Cleo Chandler Jr. So now second down and 20. Football on the right hash. Rain falling. Barry fires. Tipped and incomplete. Right off the receiver's hands. And then there was a Bison right there. I think that was Clark Griffin. It was close to it. Mays was there. Wiseman. It was intended off the hands of Jalen Travis. Now it's third down and 20. And the Gorillas really in a tough spot right here because they don't want to turn it over down here. And the third down at 20 is very tough to convert on. See how safe they play it.
Yeah.
Remember, Harding gets it to begin the third.
Yeah, that's right. See how aggressive they get here if they try to push one down the field.
Rain falls, and now Barry takes. Barry looks, fires right side, complete. Clark Griffin with a good tackle at the 15-yard line, so it's a short gain and complete there to Cleo Chandler Jr., but now they're going to have to punt it.
That's just good disciplined defense right there. That's what you have come to expect with this Harding team. You know, they're just always in the right spot, it seems like.
Yeah, and you understand the Gorillas there with that, obviously that play call, playing it pretty safe right there, but see if you can make a play with that, but you sure don't want to turn it over down there. So now here's the punt. It's a good punt in the rain. Fair catch being called for and taken by Duggar. Back at the 39. Now they're going to mark it at the 40. So now this becomes a big drive, I think, with 5:37 remaining in this football game, first half, and Harding with a 2-score lead. And Harding won the toss. As they always do, they want the football in the third quarter, so they deferred it. And now I think the home fans, you hear their noise that they're making right now, they understand what a big drive this is.
Yeah, it's huge. You know, you're going for the 2-for-1 here. We hear it all the time in football terms, scoring up before the half and then getting it back and trying to score again right after the half. So Harding with an opportunity to do that here, see if they take advantage.
First down at the 40. Open field is to the right. Keelan looks at his armband and now comes to the line of scrimmage. He wants to throw it on first down. Keelan trying to swing it out to the near side. This is incomplete. It was incomplete. It was intended for Jay. And so it's second down and 10.
Yeah, probably lucky that they're not hitting him with a grounding call right here. It was close.
Yeah, and Harding sideline not happy with the, I think they thought there was contact. You could see that. I was watching the football. I'm not sure if there was or not. 5:33 left here in the second quarter, and it's 13-0. Harding leads, and now second down. Keelan takes a snap, toss to the right side. Franklin across the 45 to the 47, and then he's going to be tackled. That's a good tackle made by Jonathan Foreman, senior from Houston. Now third down, so he gets 7 there, 3rd and 3.
Yeah. You got to make up for first down on that last play. So it was a nice job by the Harding offense.
5:05 left in the second quarter. And now Keelan, long count, now looks into the boundary. Play clock at 12, so plenty of time on that. Harding 177 yards of offense. The Gorillas 65 yards of offense. Third down 3. And now toss left side for Jay. Jay turns it inside 50, and he's cut down at the 40-yard line. And that's a touchdown saving tackle. And it gets to the 40. Jay almost broke that. It's a Harding first down.
You just can't tackle that guy in the open field. Somebody had a chance. I couldn't tell the number. I couldn't see who it was, but you know, he's so good with that first step. It's just you can't square him up.
Blake Carr made a very good tackle that prevented that from being an even bigger gain. So now 4:10 left here in the second quarter. Harding is at the 40 of Pitt State, up 13-0. And now Keelan ready for the snap, takes it, turns, hands it off. Josh Strickland Jr. is in the game now, and he's going to take it for a yard and a half, and that's it. And it'll be second down coming up here.
We've seen Harding run that little trap play a couple times, and it hasn't been there. It was a really good play for him last week against Northwest. Pitt has clearly has a plan for that play in particular.
Stephen Ward from his linebacker spot came up to get it on the stop, along with James Smith, 6'2", 275-pound senior from Grove, Oklahoma. Now it's second down, and call it 9 from the 39. And now Keelan, toss right side, Franklin to the 35, and bounces off a tackle. Outside of the 30, he's got a first down, shoved out of bounds into the near boundary, and Harding gets a first down to the 27-yard line, pushed out of bounds on the near side by Blake Carr.
Yeah, and a really nice job right there by Bodie Neal of just walling guys off, finding new guys to block after he has his first man kind of out of the play. Just sticking with the play. That's what this team does so well, Billy. They just play selfless and they play hard to the whistle.
2:55 and counting in the second quarter, and Harding with a 13-point lead in driving. They have it at the 27-yard line. Harding has punted it one time in this game. Open field to the left, and now Keelan takes the snap, hands it off to Miller, and there's 5 Gorillas that stop him. I mean, they had him surrounded and pushed him back right at the 20-yard line. Stephen Ward and Jordan Rogers led the way.
Going back to the play before, Billy, I was watching Cole Keelan, and when he was going to the right, and they just ran the true triple option on that play before. When he pitched the ball to his slot back, he used both hands to pitch it. And going to the right, that's his offhand. I used to do the same thing when I would play, is on those wet days, use both hands to pitch the ball.
So now Keelan will take the snap here, give it to Miller, and Miller is going to carry it forward. And he's going to get down to the 17-yard line near the 16. That's the first down. They're already pointing, move the chains. Jordan Rogers from his safety spot made the tackle. And now Harding has it inside the 17 and the 2-minute timeout. 1:56 left in the second quarter. Harding leads 13-0. We'll step away from First Security Stadium and take a 30-second timeout for the 2-minute timeout. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs. So 2-minute timeout. They go ahead and put 4 seconds back on the clock. Eli Dean's down on the sideline. See if we can go and check in with him, because we've been talking about the rain and the wind picking up a little bit here in the second quarter. And Eli, just give us an update on the field conditions down there right now.
Hot here lately. The rain's kind of heavy, a lot of umbrellas. I've got my umbrella, trying to balance it between the things, but especially for both teams, like you mentioned, Park, Cole Keelan's been pitching those out with 2 hands. And for Pitt so far, the big thing we were talking about even before the game was third downs. So far, Pitt 0 for 4 on third down, and another third down there for Harding, 5 of 6. It was only that drive that was a quick, first down for Harding and then 3 and out after that. So Pitt, if they're going to try to avoid Harding doubling up here with the last 2 minutes, they're going to have to really stand tall on defense and try to prevent Harding from scoring and potentially knocking this out early in that second half, Billy.
All right, thanks, Eli. Try to stay dry down there. I know it's not easy on a day like today. First down for Harding at the 17-yard line, and they're in the red zone, and they've been very good in the red zone all year. They have 2 touchdowns today. One of those came from a red zone drive. The other one was the longer touchdown run. This is first down, and now Keelan takes the snap and toss left side. Jay to the 15, to the 10, and a couple of Gorillas sandwich him at the 8-yard line and make the tackle. He's stopped by Jordan Rogers and Billy Wolf. Second down, he gets 9 there, and time's not a factor right here, Park, with 1:40 on the clock.
No, I imagine Harding's content with just letting that thing run down a few more seconds. You don't want to give the ball back to Pitt State with much time left.
Yeah, because both teams have all 3 of their timeouts. Second down and short. Line of scrimmage is the 8-yard line. And now Keelan, toss left side for Jay, trying to get to the corner, and he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. And he's got a first down. It's going to be first down and goal. Christian Cross knocked him out of bounds. There's a Gorilla that is down at the 3 is where they're officially going to mark this. So it's going to be first down and goal for the Bisons, and they tend to the injured Gorilla that is down. Thanks so much to our crew. Mark Pryor, our chief engineer, has put in a lot of work over the last couple of weeks on these football broadcasts. Our chief engineer, Tim Hamilton, is producing down to the sideline as well, and I think on a camera today as well. And we appreciate our crew so much. Gavin Corbin's our director. Alita O'Leary showing you those replays. Elena Cardiel, mentioned Tim Hamilton on one of the cameras, on the high camera. Abby Wingard and Axel Sanchez on the cameras, and they're having to work in the elements in the rain. They're not in the dry like you and I are right now. Our control room right upstairs, they're in the dry, but a lot of work. We appreciate their work during the Thanksgiving break, the Thanksgiving weekend. And it's good to see that the injured player is up, but he does have his helmet off. And for the Gorillas, that's Sam Holtz, junior from Collierville, Tennessee. And so, Park, this becomes, I think this, for the Gorillas, a win would be obviously to force a field goal try right here.
No doubt. I think you're fixing to see a heavy dose of Andrew Miller right here.
So it's at the 2 is where they officially mark it. And now Keelan takes the snap. Keelan keeps. Keelan dives across the goal line. Touchdown, Harding. 2-yard touchdown run for Cole Keelan. And Harding now has a 19-0 lead with 1:13 left in the second quarter.
Well, just when you expect Andrew Miller to punch it in, they come back with QB power. So, and there's just a luxury of riches on this Harding team.
So now the extra point try. Hilton will snap it. Mamana will place it down, and Magnus Lepak will kick it right through the uprights. Good. 1:13 left. Here's the replay on the touchdown, Park, and Cole Keelan looked like he got a good push up front.
Yep, Andrew Miller leading the way with that QB power. He's basically a decoy on that play and takes a lick even when he doesn't have the football. So if you play B-back in the triple option, you're going to definitely be hit every play.
Number 1 Ferris State, as they have rolled all year, rolling today. They lead Ashland 42-17. That's about midway through the third quarter. That was a close game early, but Ferris State has turned it on. They were down 17-14, and Ashland has not scored since. Another one seed, Albany State and Benedict. They have quite a game going in the third quarter. That's 7-6 played down in Georgia. And trying to find some other scores. Minnesota State had a big week last week. They lead UIndy in Indianapolis 14-7. That's near halftime. And Newberry leads West Florida 14-6. That's midway through the second quarter of play. One other game that'll get started a little bit later on. There are two finals. Kutztown has already won, and Frostburg State, they have won today. We'll look at the scores at halftime and statistics, get you caught up on all that. Here's Magnus Lepak. It's a high short kick, and it is going to be fair caught at the 23-yard line. And we have not seen a lot of Luke Nigaman today. We saw him last year, and we know what a dual threat he can be, catching the football. He can run the offense out of the Wildcat. He has one rushing touchdown. He's even punted the football, so he can do a little bit of everything. Now, Pitt State has 1:13 on the clock. You would imagine that they are going to do everything they can to. They're not going to go into the halftime locker room without a fight here.
They need points. They need points. I expect them to push the ball down the field and try to score here.
So now Barry takes. Barry looks, throws deep right side. This is complete, and it's a 10-yard gain. Tackled immediately by Campbell. That's 4-on-4.
That was really a fantastic grab right there.
Huron Parchment caught the pass, and then Deion Campbell, they both wear number 4, made the tackle. And now Barry to throw. Barry hit and dropped. Justin Sobczak with the sack. That's his second sack in the game. Remember, he was so big last week. That's a 6-yard loss. And now it's second down and 16, and that clock rolling now, 38-37.
Yeah, just a twist up front, just came right up the middle.
Barry takes a snap. Barry steps up. Barry rolls right. Barry throwing deep, right sideline. This is incomplete. And it was Parchman who had snuck back and it really had some space there and looked like he was open. Then Troy Wiseman was able to get back and break it up.
Yeah, just not able to get quite enough on the throw. You gotta think on the move in the rain. That may have had something to do with it. Just not enough grip on the football, maybe.
And when you look at the flag in the end zone, the wind now, it was blowing out of the south, kind of blowing out of the west, which is the way that Pitt State's going.
No doubt, right into the wind there too.
Third down and 17 officially from the 28. 25 seconds left here in the second quarter. And now Barry rolls near side, fires. This is complete, tackled out of bounds into the near boundary. And it's Josh Gatlin on the tackle up to the 34-yard line, but now it's fourth down, and they're going to punt it. Someone used a timeout. No, he went out of bounds, I beg your pardon. And that was in Harding's favor that it went out of bounds because it's 2 yards before even the original line of scrimmage. So now 4th and 12, and now the rain really coming down.
Yeah, Coach Simmons going to use a timeout here. I think you just send the house after this one. You may not even send a guy deep. Just send everybody trying to block it.
So there is a timeout charge to Harding. That's the Harding's first charge timeout. And of course, Pitt State out of the MIAA co-champs with Northwest Missouri State. And I know Scott Goon and me have made a lot of trips up to Pittsburg, Kansas over the last year. We were up there twice last year for football and then for women's basketball. The women's regional was in Pittsburg, Kansas last week. And Eddie Lomchek, love Eddie. He's the voice of the Gorillas. And it's a Pitt State, the women's team went to the Elite 8 last year in Pittsburgh, PA.
They know how to play ball up there.
Yeah, they do.
Pittsburgh, Kansas.
So it's 4th down and 12.
Yeah, they're just gonna send 11.
Yeah, all 11 on the line of scrimmage, and now Nigaman is relaying into the sideline. See what Pitt State wants to do here with 10 on the play clock.
I guess you're not going to send 11. You got guys in coverage, but
Yeah.
there's nobody deep.
They're only 11 up there. So we'll see. 20 seconds. They're going to let the play clock go down to 0, and then a timeout. Pitt State, they want to talk about this because every little detail so critical, and it's a 20-point game right now, but we've seen that teams, when your season's on the line, again, this is two teams, a 10-2 team and a 12-0 team. This could be a regional final. And
no
they're
doubt.
playing here the second round, kind of like what we said last week with Northwest Missouri State. But it's a Pitt State team. Park, they've had a very interesting season, and they went to Ferris State, played Ferris State, a very good game. You see the flag and the rain right there on your screen. They lost 34-17, then lost at Central Oklahoma 27-24, and then they won 10 straight after that. They've really gotten on a roll, and of course the big win was 2 weeks ago in Kansas City over Northwest Missouri State, and as good of an atmosphere as you can have in Division II football.
Well, you know, two programs that have a lot of pride and a lot of rich history and tradition. And
Fourth down. Now the Bisons do send Valcarcel back, and the punt, they do get it away. They got a piece of it, got a hand on it. It's going to roll inside the 40-yard line down to the 34. It was deflected. One of the Bisons did get a hand on it, almost. That was a big play.
yeah, there were three of them back there, and just not quite able to get enough. Now you probably just take a knee and go to the half.
8 seconds left in the half. And they are lined up just in that, like you were talking about, formation. And if you're just joining us, Harding 20-0, they lead, and they'll get the football to begin the third quarter. 14 points there in the second quarter. They were up 6-0 after one, and Harding takes some momentum into the halftime locker room as you hear the crowd reacting. Pitt State headed to the locker room as well, but still 30 minutes left in this football game, but you have to think that Paul Simmons is very pleased. 230 yards from his offense. They only gave up 73 yards to Pitt State and a 20-0 lead at halftime.
Oh yeah, I mean you couldn't ask for better getting the football after the break. So Harding's got this thing right where they want it right now. Just, you know, this is playoff football. Good football teams, you got to keep your foot on the gas, and if you're Pitt State, you got to make some adjustments and get out here and try to slow this offense down.
Eli Dean, we're going to let you get inside out of the rain in a moment, but right now we'll come downstairs and see what you see about your thoughts here in the first half, Eli.
Yeah, so last year when Pitt State and Harding played, it was at Pitt State. It's a 5 hours and 5 minute drive, 287 miles, and Pitt State's had to take that travel down this year, but it seems like the game so far been a very similar result to last year. But though Pitt not on the board just yet, down 20-0. They're looking to try to get things back in together, but Harding will have the ball to start the second half. One of the things I'm looking interested in is the difference between the third down. So far, Harding's only had about 4.5 yards to go on third downs. Pitt, it's been 8. Pitt State hasn't been able to quite get it on third down, and that's really allowed Harding, no matter what. It was a 9.5 minute drive, their first drive, and then a 50-second drive, their second score of the game, and then they took it down to into this first half. So it'll be definitely interesting to see what happens so far. One key connection so far has been Cole Keelan being able to run, being able to get, you know, his feet on the ground because it is very wet out here. The wind has kind of died down a little bit. Flags aren't really moving a whole lot, but the rain's still coming down pretty heavy. And like you said, Billy, I'm hoping to get inside and maybe dry up a little.
Yeah, come on upstairs and dry off, and thanks for your updates, Eli. We'll talk to you right before the second half. All right, so we are at the half. Bisons with a 20-0 lead. We'll come back. We'll recap the scoring. We'll also look at scores from around the playoffs in NCAA Division II football today. The big play, Park, really, as far as the big home run hitting play was Braden James. Eli was talking about that short drive. That was the two-play drive in which we saw Braden Jay, which we've seen for his entire career at Harding. 59-yard touchdown run. He holds the Harding and Division II career record with 12.3 yards per rush, and he hasn't hurt that any today. He's one of only two Harding players with 3 1,000-yard rushing seasons. Cole Chansey, the other Bison, to do that. But that was a big play to go from 6-0 to 13-0.
He's a special player, Billy, and like you said, we've watched him do that a bunch over the years. And you just know if you give that guy any space, or even if you leave him one-on-one with a guy in space, he's liable to take it the distance. So he's just special, has a gear that most other players can't reach, and we've seen him take some a long ways over the years.
All right, partner, we'll give you a break here at halftime. We'll come back in 5 minutes, and we'll look at scores around the conference, do the scoring summary, and get you all caught up to date on everything from the first half. We'll start doing that in 5 minutes from First Security Stadium in Searcy, Arkansas. It's 20-0. Harding leads Pitt State. It's the number 2 ranked team in the land, Harding, the number 6 ranked team in the land, Pitt State, and it's 20-0 Harding at half. 5-minute timeout. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs. Back at halftime, let's look at the scoring summary. Harding with a 20-0 lead over Penn State here at the half. And boy, it was a defensive struggle very early on. 6-0 Harding led after one quarter, and then 2 touchdowns there in the second quarter. Andrew Miller got Harding off to the scoring first, a 1-yard touchdown run. Magnus Lepak tried to add the extra point, but it was mishandled on the snap, and so the Bisons did not get the extra point try. But a 17-play, 99-yard drive, and so 9:31 off the clock. Really set the tone, I thought, early with that drive. Then Braden Jay, 7:23 left in the second quarter. After Harding, by the way, to go back to that first drive, after they had scored, Pitt State had it, and it was a punt, and then Harding got the football back, and after that, 3:08, that was what was left on the clock, so the first quarter was almost gone. 7:23 left in the second quarter. Braden Jay goes 59 yards, 2-play, 63-yard drive. This time, Lepak with the extra point, good, 13-0. That's where we stood at that point, and then Cole Keelan with a 2-yard touchdown run, 10-play, 60-yard drive, took 4:24 off the clock. That was the 1:13 mark of the second quarter. Bisons led 20-0, and that's where we are right now at the half. Scores around the conference. Park, if you'll jump back on here for just a second, as we look at the scores. Albany State, that's quite a game in Georgia today. 7-6 over Benedict, and Benedict, who had, the comeback of all ages,
Oh, no doubt.
I think, last week, and I think everybody saw that on social media and all around. What a tremendous way to end a football game. So they're right there with Albany State in the fourth quarter of that game. Newberry over West Florida. That's at West Florida, 17-7. That's in the second quarter. And then the UT Permian Basin Western Colorado game, that these two teams, whoever wins this one, would play the winner of that game. My scoreboard says 2-0 Texas Permian Basin over Colorado State. That's midway through the first quarter, so it's an interesting start to that game. And then the finals, Kutztown is a very good football team, 56-19 as they won today, and Frostburg State beat California at a very close game, 23-21.
It looks like the score just switched on that. It looks like Western Colorado now,
you're
now
right.
has 2.
That's exactly what I had
Well,
too.
and now it shows 8. So I don't know what. Every time I look at it, the number's different.
Technology is not our friend maybe today, but yeah, it is 8 now. So maybe they scored. Obviously, they scored a touchdown and then they got the 2-point conversion. So maybe they put the 2 up first instead of the 6. I don't know, but we can tell you the score that off NCAA.com shows now Western Colorado 8-0. It was, they first showed Texas Permian Basin with the early lead. That game's in Colorado today, and I think they were expecting it to be a cold, some snow in that game. You and I were in cold and snow last year. On this weekend, we were in Michigan at Grand Valley State, and we don't get to see, for our friends in Kansas that are watching the game today, we don't get to see a lot of snow here, but we saw plenty of snow up in Michigan at Grand Valley State last week.
Plenty to make up for all these other games.
I have to say that the voice of the Gorillas is a lot tougher than me. He has a short sleeve shirt on, and I told him, I said, you look like you ought to be on a beach someday, and I look like I should be sitting in front of a fire somewhere.
Well, we're just not used to this weather. It's a little bit different up there. This is not windy for them, and this is not cold for them.
No, it's not windy at all.
It's it's just the second round of the playoffs. I think we're just destined for nasty conditions, one way or the other.
I think the game maybe that a lot of this game right here got a lot of national attention, I think, throughout the week. Obviously, you have number 2, number 6 playing each other, but UIndy, Minnesota State, I think that game's very interesting. That's a UIndy team that's a 3 seed. Minnesota State's red hot right now. They're up 21-7 in that game in the second quarter, playing as well as anybody in the country.
They are. It's about getting hot at the right time, and they seem to be heating up. here as we go into the playoffs.
And Ferris State trailed early. Now they, in dominating fashion, they're up 49-23 with 13-17 left in the fourth quarter. That machine just keeps rolling on as Ferris State leads that one. All right, Park, I'll let you go back on break. I'll come back and we'll take a 4-minute timeout right here, and we'll come back, 3-minute timeout, and then we'll come back and we will look at the first half statistics in 3 minutes. 20-0, Harding leads at the half. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs. Harding is back on the field. Pitt State, they're coming out right now. Rain still falling, but not as hard as it was there early in the second quarter. As we look at the numbers from the first half, 20-0 Harding leads. 13 first downs for Harding, 4 for Pitt State. 229 yards on the ground for Harding. All of their yards on the ground there in the first half. Total offense, 46 on the ground for Pitt State, 27 in the air, so just 73 yards on 22 plays. Harding ran 36 plays. And as far as the third downs, Pitt State 0 for 5, Harding 5 of 6. Neither team had a fourth down try. Red zone chances, Harding had 2 of those, scored touchdowns on both of them. Pitt State did not get in the red zone. Individually, Braden Jay, 8 carries, 116 yards, and a touchdown. Andrew Miller, 15 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown. Braden Jay, I mentioned that Harding and Division II career leader at 12.3 yards per rush, and now he's just going to add to that, at least in the first half, because he's averaging 14.5 yards per rush in the first half. Zamari Polo-Gary, 4 carries and 36 yards, leads away from Pitt State. Cleo Chandler Jr., 3 carries and 8 yards. Jackson Berry, 4 of 9, 27 yards. And Clark Griffin leads Harding with 6 tackles. Stephen Ward leads Pitt State with 7 tackles. We'll come back in 1 minute, check in with Eli Dean before we get set for the second half. 20-0. Bison's lead at half. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs. Back at half as we get ready for the second half to get started. Both teams on the field about ready for kickoff for the second half. And Eli Dean down on the field. And Eli, your thoughts before we get set for the second half?
Yeah, Harding's going to get the ball to start the second half. Here with everybody, we've got lots of ponchos out now, lots of umbrellas. The rain about as soon as I got down here started picking up a little. Now it's kind of died down. So we're hoping for a clean second half here. Harding's going to need one here. Start on offense, and one of the keys that we've seen so far throughout this game, I know I've mentioned it and you guys have mentioned it, third downs have been a serious concern for both sides here. Harding only 1 missed opportunity on third down. Pitt State yet to convert on third down. If they're going to want to try to get back into this game, that's what they're going to want to do here. And time of possession, it's going to play a factor here. Can Harding do a 9.5-minute drive like they did earlier and put the game on ice, or will Pitt State be able to respond with a quick 3-and-out and get the ball right back, Billy?
All right, thanks, Eli. Here we go for the second half. Mark, your thoughts as we begin the second half?
Well, I think Eli's onto something. I think if you're Pitt State, a score right here, it doesn't end it for you, but it really hurts your chances. I mean, a team like Harding that really shortens the game, to go up 4 scores would be quite the hill to climb. So big opportunity for both teams here. See which team made the right adjustments at halftime.
So 20-0 as we start the second quarter. Pitt State will kick to the west end zone, which is down to our left for those of you listening on radio. And the wind, which really was pretty consistently blowing out of the south there in the first half and sometimes out of the west, but really not blowing as hard as it was as we begin the second half. And Hayden Kosicki handles the kickoff duties for Pitt State. Kick that's going to be fielded at the 4-yard line by Braden Jay, and fair caught there. So Harding will hand the football at the 25-yard line, and you can see it's gotten darker as we start the second half because the lights have really taken the effect down on the field. You can see the difference that they're making. Didn't see that so much there in the first half. The sky's a little bit darker, so almost looks like it's a late evening game.
Yeah, no doubt. And right there, I'm a little bit surprised we saw Braden Jay call the fair catch. I think that's probably a point of emphasis on the coach's side of things. Just, hey, let's avoid, the big mistake, take care of the football, just play it safe and give this thing to our offense.
So it's at the 25, and Keelan comes out with Franklin and Jay. They're the slot backs. Miller is the B-back, and Barnett is the receiver to the left side. They'll give it off the left side to Miller, and Miller's going to take it up to the 28-yard line. Ryan Medeiros made the stop after a 3-yard gain. Second down, 7. Mentioned Barnett's the receiver, so that means Isaac Gray's in the game. He's a tight end on the far side.
Been seeing Harding run a lot of that tight end set. It seems like more this year than we have in years past. Just running that heavy set has really been effective for them.
Of course, Thanksgiving weekend, not as big of a crowd as I think we would see with these two teams without it being Thanksgiving weekend, and the weather as well. Now, whistles before the play got started. Timeout. Harding takes a timeout. Pitt State, they have a great fan base. And there's a good group of them that are across the way from us, but I think there would be even more without it being Thanksgiving weekend and a rainy weekend and cool like this.
Yeah, we saw it last year at Pitt State as well. Caught them on the front end of the Thanksgiving holiday,
Right.
and that hurt their crowd a little bit too. Go back to 2014 when Harding went up there to play. I was actually on that team as a sophomore, and I got the full effect of the Pitt State crowd behind me. You know, as I was standing there on the sideline, right in front of the student section. It's a fun place to play when they're at full capacity.
Yeah, in the jungle, and they love their Gorillas there in Pittsburgh, Kansas, and just a great college town, great place to go, and unless you're an opponent, and opponents don't have a lot of success there.
Well, we were having a lot of fun in the first quarter. We went up 21-0, and we were letting them hear about it too, and we didn't have much to say after they rattled off 38 straight.
Yeah, that one
came back and beat us.
Yeah, that was back in 2014. Wound up 59-42. Pitt State won that game, and then they met 10 years later last year, and Harding won 48-3, and now just the third meeting today, and first time Pitt State's been here to First Security Stadium. So now it's 2nd down and 7. Football on the 28-yard line. And Keelan right behind Colby Williams, the center. Toss coming near side. Franklin, he's going to turn it back inside, running right along the hash marks across the 35-yard line. He'll get a first down up to the 38-yard line. So move the chains up the 38-yard line. Franklin, another good run from him. And Harding will have their first down of the second half. They had a big first half with the first downs with 13. Not as big as last week, though. 31 first downs for the game, but 13 there in the first half today. So it's at the 38. 13:39 left, third quarter. And now Keelan's going to throw here. Keelan throws downfield, adjusting to the football. Barnett, and catches it at the 35-yard line.
Wow. That was really, really nice adjustment by the wide receiver right there. Cole had some pressure in his face, was not able to get nearly as much on that ball as he wanted to. Brady was behind the defense and had a step, but Cole just couldn't get anything on the throw, but a really nice job of coming back to the football.
They marked this at the 36. So it's a first down for Harding and Keelan's first pass completion of the day. He needs 4 passing touchdowns to be Harding's 6th quarterback with 30 career touchdown passes. And now toss left side for Jay. Jay cut down right at the line of scrimmage. That's a good play to get back in the backfield. Blake Carr, the redshirt freshman, got back there in the backfield and clipped him down. And they spot it right back at the line of scrimmage.
Going back to that last play, that's former Harrison Goblin to former Mountain Home Bomber right there. It's 2 big rivals turned teammates, so both communities happy to see that one, I'm sure.
Yeah, up in the northern state of Arkansas. 12:23 left here in the third quarter. Barnett had a big catch in the third quarter last week on third down. Open field is to the right. Keelan turns, hands it off for Miller. Miller right along the hash marks, takes it down to the 32-yard line. Stopped by Reginald King. He came in with 60 tackles on the year. Pick up a 4 and third down here now. Third down at 6. So that's a big play for Pitt State to get the no gain on first down.
Yeah, this is where if you're Harding, you're probably thinking you're in 4-down territory, so you want to find a way to get 3 or 4 right here and make it a manageable 4th down. If you're Pitt, obviously, in order to force a punt, you probably got to stop them for little to no gain.
11:38 and counting in the third. And now Keelan to the line of scrimmage. Now Keelan takes the snap, turns, hands it off here for Miller. Bounces off a tackle, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Harding. And Andrew Miller, 32 yards. And Harding scores on the first drive of the second half and now leads it 26-0 with 11:23 remaining in the third.
Yeah, man, just a trap play right there, just that belly trap, double team on the right side, and Andrew Miller does the rest.
So now the extra point try, and what Harding wanted to do there to make it really tough on the Gorillas, and what the Gorillas needed to avoid. Now the placement is down, and the extra point is up. Good from Magnus Lepak. There's the replay, and you see Miller broke the tackle just past the line of scrimmage, and he was into the secondary and gone. And now timeout. 11:23 left here in the third quarter. The score is number 2 Harding 27, number 6 Pitt State nothing, as we take a 60-second timeout. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs.
Junior and Gillespie, backing for the Gorillas.
27-0. Harding, 11:23 left, third quarter. Andrew Miller with the touchdown, his second touchdown of the day, 6-play, 75-yard drive, short kick, and Nigamon takes the kickoff, and he's going to carry it forward across the 40 up to the 42 off the right side, and he's going to be stopped by Ahmad Jenkins. First down for Pitt State at the 42-yard line. And, you know, you see the Bisons respecting Taiwan Atkins. He had the 99-yard touchdown run, kickoff return for a touchdown a week ago. And with the wind and the wet ball, we see Magnus Lepak almost spoiled seeing him kick it into the end zone.
Yeah, you don't want to, you either want to kick that one a little deeper or a little shorter.
From the 42-yard line, now they swing it out left side. The pass play complete to the 41, and then there's a wrap up by Olawayemi and Curtis Jackson. So Curtis Jackson and Joseph Olawayemi on the tackle. No gain on the play to the 42-yard line. And now second down and 10.
If you're going to play defense for Coach Simmons, you are going to hit. That's what you're going to do. You're going to play physical, and you're going to tackle.
Luke Janak was also in on that tackle on the kick return. And now Berry wants to throw. Berry being chased, rolls to the right. Now he's going to run, and he's going to get to the 45 to the 46-yard line and step out of bounds to the 47. He may be hurt. He was kind of limping as he went out of bounds on the far sideline.
Rolled the ankle a little bit. Luckily, he's coming back out. Looks like he's all right. Just a little tweak of the ankle, maybe.
Yeah, so he's okay. Curon caught that last pass a few moments ago. Curon Parchment. So that's third down and 5 here.
The crowd wanted a hold right there on Sobzak. It was close.
Third down, 5. Open field to the left. And now Berry with a back to his left. Now Berry on 3rd and 5. Throws deep, right sideline. What a grab at the 26-yard line. And that's a great catch made by Jalen Travis. 4 touchdowns for him on the year. And 29 receptions coming in. And he made a good play out of the 25-yard line. First down, Pitt State.
Yeah, really good coverage right there. Martin's in position. The receiver just made a heck of a play, getting up to the football, high pointing it, and coming down with it.
So open field to the left, back to each side of Berry. Hands it off to the right side. Running route, 10-5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Pitt State. Zamari Pelot-Gary with the touchdown. And now Pitt State comes right back with a 25-yard touchdown run. And that is touchdown number 10 on the season. They call him ZPG in Pittsburgh, Kansas. And Zamari Pelot-Gary with the touchdown, and now Pitt State on the board. 27-6 Harding with 9:18 left.
Yeah, and really important they did that quick too.
For the extra point try, and the extra point is up, and the extra point is good. Austin Schmidt added the extra point. And so you look at the replay, and Park, good job up front. They sealed the edge, and then Zamari Pelode Gary's a junior from Kansas City. This is his first year at Pitt State, and he's had a good year and gets the Gorillas on the board.
Well, there's a lot of talent over there, you know. I mean, you can only hold an offense like this down for so long, and they're going to get theirs. And they did a really nice job right there of blocking it up front. And when you've got a back that is that dynamic, you know, we've seen it with some of the Harding backs. Get a guy that can move like that, he can take it the distance. All he needs is just a little bit of room.
4 plays, 58 yards, and what you alluded to, very important, that only took a minute 58 off the clock. And now Pitt State will get ready to kick it away again to Harding. Bisons led 6-0 early, then that 14-point second quarter, and then the score to score the 7 to begin the second half. But then Pitt State says, not so fast. We're still here, and we're going to fight. 131 yards now for the Gorillas. Harding's gone over 300 with 3:04. And now Pitt State has to have a stop on this drive.
Yeah, they have to. You can't trade scores at this point, obviously. And so, obviously, there's a lot of time left in this game, but your possessions are still going to be limited with this Harding-style offense. So you just can't get in the mode of trading scores in the second half. Got to find a way to get a stop right here if you're Pitt State.
So it's at the 35 with a tee it up, and Hayden Kosicki, who we had not seen because Pitt State had not scored, and Harding kicked it away to Pitt State to start the game, and now this will be a second kickoff. Kicked it off to begin the second half. 36 touchbacks for him on the year. And now he approaches the football, and the kickoff, a high kick that is going to be taken, fair caught, at the 4-yard line by Braden Jay, a line drive kickoff. So now the Pitt State defense with a chance to see if they can get the football back for the offense. They've only forced Harding to punt it once.
Yeah, I mean, Harding has pretty much done what they wanted to do, and this is where we were talking about, Pittsburgh State, they got to find a way to on first down, like they did on that drive where they did force the punt, some negative plays. That's what they've got to do here to stop this Harding offense.
And Pitt State on that last drive, they converted on their first third down of the day. We always talk about third downs being such a big deal, and they converted on third down, and that turned into points. First down at the 25 for Harding. And now Keelan takes a snap, and Keelan hands it off up the middle and nothing. Maybe a half yard, but that would be it. Jeremy Sharp, the senior, made the tackle about a half yard, and second down coming up.
Yeah, hard slant right there again. That's what we saw him do to stop Harding on their one punt they did force, was that hard slant on the D-line and getting some penetration.
8:55 left here in the third. Harding 27, Pitt State 7. Bisons are moving left to right in front of us here in the third quarter. Now Keelan gets a play from the sideline. Keelan takes the snap, and now toss left side for Jay across the 25-30, and now tries to turn the corner, and he's going to get the first down across the 35-yard line, run out of bounds on the far boundary, and has a first down. The tackle made by Jasper Ogburn.
Well, that's what happens when you slant so hard to the strong side there. You think the play's going strong side, and they hit you with that little mid-triple coming back. That's where they can get you on that.
So it's at the 37 with open field to the right and 8 minutes left here in the third. Jay is on the right side. He's in motion. And now give here to Strickland Jr., and he's going to step to his left and take it up to the 40-yard line. They're trying to punch the football free. They're going to mark it across the 40. So it's a pickup of about 2.5.
Brought down by Ryan Medeiros.
Medeiros on the tackle along with Ogburn again. It's 4 yards, second out 6 here. Barnett is the receiver covering the near side. Gray is the tight end on the far side on the left side.
Yeah, Harding more than happy to chew up that clock right here.
7:15 left here in the third. Now Keelan takes the snap, hands it off to Miller. Miller's going to take it up to the 43-yard line, and then he's going to be stopped there. So now 3rd down for Harding. Billy Wolf on the tackle, and now 3rd and 3. And Pitt State, this is bigger for Pitt State, I think, than it is for Harding right here.
Yes, it's huge. This is a huge play right here for Pitt State. They have got to find a way to get off the field, and still you may be in 4-down territory. You might have to get 2 stops.
6:35 and counting. Keelan turns, says something to Andrew Miller right behind him. Now he comes to the line of scrimmage. Toss coming near side. Hines Jr. spins midfield, tripped up to the 45-yard line. 1st down Harding, and a touchdown saving tackle maybe by Quentin Kirby, the freshman from St. Louis. A spin move there from Hines Jr., and he almost busted it.
He did, and it was a touchdown saving tackle. I don't think there's any maybe about it. If he gets by Kirby right there, then he's taking that one the distance.
So take it to the 45 of Pitt State, and Harding converts again on 3rd down. And they are now 7 of 8 on 3rd down today.
The toss has been reliable for him.
Keelan toss right side for Hines Jr., and he's going to be stacked up, maybe got a half yard. They really played that well. He had a defender in the backfield that he had to elude, and then did good to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So he's stopped there by Stephen Ward and Jasper Ogburn.
Never fails when you're on the mic and you say something positive about anything.
You're very convinced of that.
It's a real thing.
2nd down and 9 for Harding. Football is on the right hash, 5:10 left in the 3rd. And I think you're right, Harding taking advantage of every second on that play clock. They're going to run this down and maybe use a timeout right here with 4:59 left in the 3rd. This will be their 2nd.
Timeout. Harding. 2nd charge timeout at half. Be a 30-second timeout.
All right, so it's just a 30-second timeout, so we keep it here. 4:59 left here in the 3rd quarter. Gives us a chance to go back and look at scores from around the country. Ferris State, just 1:50 left in their game with Ashland up 56-24. Albany State and Benedict. What a great game. 14-12. Albany State now leads with 3:45 left in the 4th quarter of that game. West Florida trails Newberry 17-10. That's just about to start the 3rd quarter. Minnesota State leads UND now by 7. UND has scored 21-14, 4:46 left in the 3rd quarter of that game. And the finals, Frostburg State beat California 23-21. Kutztown beat Assumption 56-19. And then the score that Park and me were having so much trouble with at halftime because they kept putting it on. We're just reading what we see, the scores. It is right now, after everything that we were talking about, it's 5. Where did it go? I've lost it now. Now it's 11. Someone just scored.
Every time you look at it, it changes.
Something changes. Right now it says 11-0 Western Colorado over Texas Permian Basin.
Who knows what the score is? 2nd
quarter of that game. 2nd down 9 here is 27-7 Harding from the 44-yard line. Give to Miller, 40. Miller turns to the right to the 30, 25-20, angling to the 10, to the 5. Miller, touchdown Harding. Andrew Miller with his 3rd touchdown of the day, a 44-yard run, and Harding leads 33-7 with 4:49 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
I mean, that guy's just ridiculous. How many fullbacks do you know that are outrunning safeties that have angles on them? Not very many. I think there's one in the country. That guy right there.
The one you just saw. Yep. Harding's Harlan Hill nominee. And so the extra point from Magnus Lepak. Good snap from Hilton. Lamanna handles the snap, places it down, and Lepak kicks it through. There's the replay of Andrew Miller coming right into your living room and scoring the touchdown. His 3rd of the day, and Harding now a 34-7 lead with 4:49 left. We'll step away for 60 seconds. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs.
senior Clint Gillespie, track meet for the Gorillas.
Return up across the 15, up to the 20, to the 21-yard line. The dangerous return man of Taiwan Atkins. And up to the 21, and that's where Pitt State will take over. Deion Campbell, such a versatile player. He does so many good things for Harding, and he made the tackle there on special teams. First down for Pitt State now as the rain falls again.
It's just been one of those days, just on and off rain the whole day. When you think you're done with it, here comes some more.
Harding put together that big drive a few moments ago to now lead 34-7, 4:43 left here in the third quarter. Toss to the right side, trying to get outside, and Harding played that well. Sobzak and Martin chased Cleo Chandler Jr. into the boundary and tackled him right there. It's a pickup of 4, and it's second down and 6.
Well, this is the point in the game, and we kind of talked about it last week against Northwest Missouri. They kind of got in this similar spot where you're down to Harding. 4 is not going to do it for you. You got to start pushing the ball down the field if you're Pittsburgh State, and you got to score and score quick.
So it's at the 25 with open field to the left, 4:13 left, and now Barry fakes a toss, now wants to throw, pressure. Barry rolls right, now down he goes. He's grabbing that left ankle again. I didn't think he went down on his own.
Yeah, that ankle is hurting him.
So back to the 18-yard line.
Yeah, he's really having trouble on it right now.
Yeah, he's not able to put much weight on that at all. We saw that on the scramble that he made earlier in this quarter. And now I see Jake Wolf is starting to get loose on the sideline. He's a junior from Overland Park.
Yeah, if you just kind of roll that ankle out, a lot of times it's just that lower, what they call the lower ankle sprain. You can tough through it. If you get that higher ankle sprain where you roll that foot in, it becomes harder to play on.
Third down, and now the pass over the middle is incomplete. And the pressure was after him, and that was intended for Cleo Chandler Jr. Now it's 4th down and 13. And the punting unit will come out again for Pitt State. Jake Wolf has played in 4 games. See if you hope that Barry's okay and that he can continue, but you're right, he's not putting much weight on that ankle right now. This is a short punt. It's going to hit at the 46 of Harding and not roll much. It is down right there between the 46 and the 47 by Jasper Ogburn. And now Harding with a chance to really make it tough right here. Already up 34-7, 3:07 left here in the third quarter. Winner goes on to the quarterfinals next week.
Well, Harding with a chance to all but slam the door right here.
So it's at the 46 with open field to the right. And now Keelan toss right side. Chairs gets outside to the 40. Chairs spins back to his left, down inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line, tackled by Reginald King. And Deshaun Chairs, you talk about all the talent that Harding has at slot back, and he's going to be a dandy. He's a redshirt freshman, and he has not played a lot because of the talent in front of him, but he's going to have plenty of time to make his mark here.
They play some good football over there in Elkins.
Yeah, he's from Elkins.
They got another good team this year, so they know how to play ball down there.
Second down and 1. Football is at the 37. Keelan with Hines Jr. in motion. Toss it to him around the left end. He's got a first down to the 34-yard line. And he is tackled by Kairos Martin, a redshirt freshman from Parkville, Missouri. And, hey, this is a Pitt State team that has a lot of young talent on this football team. Remember, coming into play today, they'd won 10 straight. Advanced 21-17 over Chadron State last week. Football at the 33, and 1:50 left here in the third. Now Keelan takes, hands off Strickland Jr. He's going to take it down inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line. He is stopped by Eli Wilcox. Now it's 2nd down and 4. And the Bisons, for the most part today, they're getting 3-4 on 1st down and maybe even more. That's such a big thing with this offense. Average yards per play, 7.7 in the game.
And they're getting it. They're getting it with the B-back a lot, you know. So you're running traps, you're running zone dives, and when you can do that, it just opens everything else up so much more. If you're having to run toss and triple, it becomes harder.
And now this time, handoff, Strickland Jr. Good strong run down inside the 25. Down about a yard short of a 1st down. Blake Carr on the stop. So now it's 3rd down and a yard.
When you can just run trap and you can run dive and stuff like that and get 4 or 5, that means you're winning at the line of scrimmage.
And now on 3rd down and short, Bison's Keelan's going to keep it himself, and he's going to get the 1st down to the 21-yard line.
And that'll take us to the end of the quarter there.
Don't have to snap it again. 3 quarters in the books. And Harding up 34-7. Trying to get to the region final next week. They have 15 minutes to go. They lead 34-7 over Pitt State. We step away for 60 seconds. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs. So the end of the 3rd quarter, 34-7. We'll keep it right here for just a moment. We'll try one more time. I think we can take the break right here. 34-7 Bisons as we go to the 4th quarter. Try to step away for a 30-second timeout here. Harding up 34-7 as we take a 30-second break. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs. Going to keep it here during this break. The teams, as far as the numbers to look at, 403 yards for Harding, 377 on the ground. Now this is a team coming in that's averaging 8.3 yards per carry or 8.3 yards per play, and they've been right along where they've been all year on that. They're just about a yard under that. So I think they've done a lot of what they have wanted to well here today against obviously a very good opponent in the nation's 6th-ranked team in the Pitt State Gorillas. It's a Gorillas team that coming in and averaging, giving up just 19.3 points per game, and Harding with 34 points. So now 1st down. Bisons have it at the 22 to start the 4th quarter. Rain falling. Keelan takes the snap. Keelan toss left side. Hines Jr. to the 20. Angles to the 10. Tripped up inside the 10 and almost scored. And Blake Carr was the only reason he didn't score. He tripped him up and he gets down to the 5. And now it's 1st and goal on the first play of the 4th quarter.
He's had a couple there, Billy, where just the last guy has gotten him. He's been close to breaking a couple of them today.
So open field to the right, and Cole Keelan looking into the boundary. Bodie Neal is now in at receiver on the right side. So 2 receivers, 1 to each side. Barnett to the left. Strickland Jr. is the B-back, and now Keelan takes the snap. Keelan hands it off to Strickland Jr., and he's going to go down inside the 5, down to about the 3-yard line. And Sam Holtz, who remember went out earlier with an injury, good to see him back in there. He made the tackle, junior from Collierville, Tennessee. So it's about a yard gain, 2nd down and goal from the 4 as the clock rolls.
Yeah, it's a good thing he did make the tackle too, because Harding had that walled off. That was fixing to be an easy touchdown if he didn't make the play.
Andrew Miller, 3 touchdowns. He's not in the game right now. Strickland Jr. is the fullback. 144 yards for Andrew Miller today. And now Keelan takes. Keelan's going to keep it himself, and now he's going to be hit and knocked down. Lost a yard on the play. Jeremy Sharp stepped up and able to make the tackle. So now it's 3rd down 5, 13:22 left in the fourth.
Yeah, I don't think that was a misread. I think that was almost just like a mesh charge right there, and able to disrupt both guys.
So Keelan with chairs in motion. Now they'll go back and reset. Wind blowing out of the west. That's right in Bison's face as they go into that west end zone. Now Keelan turns, says something to Strickland Jr. Now back to the line of scrimmage. Chairs in motion. Fake the toss to him. Throw for Strickland Jr. and it's incomplete at the goal line. Strickland Jr. was in the area, and also Barnett was right behind him. That was on 3rd down. That's just the second time today that the Bisons have not converted on 3rd down. So now the field goal unit comes on, and Magnus Lepak with a field goal try coming up. 7 of 12 on the year. His long is 48. This will be a 22-yard attempt from the near hash. Placement down, and the kick is on its way, and the kick is good. Magnus Lepak from 22 yards, and Harding extends its lead to 37-7 with 12:45 remaining in the football game. We'll step away and take a 60-second timeout. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs.
Taiwan Atkins Jr. and Cam Gillespie back deep for the Gorillas.
$37-7 Harding. Billy Morgan, Park Parish, Eli Dean, and our crew with you today on a rainy, cold day. We have not gotten out of the 40s, upper 40s, and cold rain here in Searcy today. And the Bison's 22-yard field goal from Magnus Lepak, 10-play, 42-yard drive, took 5:22 off the clock. Now the return from the 1 up across the 20-yard line. Good tackle at the 22-yard line. That's Troy Wiseman downfield to make the tackle. That's Taiwan Atkins on the return. You hope that he's okay.
Yeah,
He's down.
that head slammed against the turf right there.
So they will tend to him with 12:43 left here in the fourth. Remember, the winner of this one, and right now Harding up 37-7, but still 12:43 left. But the winner plays either Western Colorado or UT Permian Basin next week. If it's and that game would either be in Searcy or in Pittsburgh, Kansas. Whoever wins this game would host. But right now, if we think that we have that scoreboard finally working in the same way, it's changed a lot on us, but 12-0 is the score that we see right now. Western Colorado leads. That game started an hour later than this one. That's with a minute 51 remaining in the second quarter of that football game. And now the concern, though, on the field is Taiwan Atkins, a senior from St. Louis. 3 touchdown receptions on the year. Had a kickoff return for a touchdown last week, a 99-yard touchdown. That's the way the game started with Pitt State and Chadron State last week. And now I think they may take a media timeout right here.
On the field.
So
Media.
timeout on the field, and we're going to step away and take that with 12:43 remaining in the football game. The score is Harding 37 and Pitt State 7. We'll take a 90-second break. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs. .12:43 left here in the fourth, 37-7 now. And it was good to see the injured player was able to walk off the field and now throw it deep downfield. Man open, but incomplete. Overshot the intended receiver at the 40-yard line. And, oh, he was open. That was Huron Parchman. And he had gotten some separation, but unable to connect. Barry is still in the game at quarterback. We saw him on the last drive really limping around. Taiwan Atkins was the injured player for the Gorillas, but it was very good to see that he walked off the field on his own. So football at the 21, and now Barry takes, and now Barry throws, and this is incomplete, broken up at the 36-yard line. That was intended for Huron Parchman. It was broken up by Josh Gatlin. He's a redshirt freshman from Forney, Texas.
Yeah, he's made a few nice plays today.
Harris coming off the field. Kanan Harris and Caden Henley. And now it's 3rd down and 10. 12:31 left. First half went quickly. First quarter just flew by. And now 3rd down. Line of scrimmage officially is the 22. And now Barry to throw. Barry flushed out of the pocket, rolling near side. Barry throws near boundary, and it is incomplete. It is broken up by Dean. Corey Dean, the redshirt freshman from Moore, Oklahoma.
Yeah, that was really nice coverage right there, and saw the football the whole way, got his hand in there. That's how you play cornerback right there.
Intended for Jalen Travis, senior from Arlington, Texas. And now it's 4th down, and the punting unit on again for the Gorillas right here.
You know, if you want to get nitpicky, you can say keep your hands off of him. But when you watch the football the whole time and you see it, you can get away with a little bit more.
Annell with his 6th punt of the day. Fair caught at the 41 by Ty Duggar. And Harding will take over with 12:15 remaining. We've seen the last of Cole Keelan today. Malik Young's going to come on, bring the offense out. Josh Evans-Pickens also, he'll come out on offense and slide back to Sean Chairs. And our first, well, let's see, yeah. I think that's the only changes on the field right now. First down at the 41-yard line. Bison starting quarterback Cole Keelan, his 53rd career start today, in line for his 49th win. Football is at the 41 of Harding. And now give inside Strickland Jr. loose football, and it is recovered by the Gorillas. It was punched out of there and recovered by Billy Wolf, the redshirt freshman from Webb City, Missouri. And the Gorillas get the turnover, and they have it at the 42-yard line.
Down, Pittsburgh State.
Well, Harding's been so good all day at taking care of the football. We saw Braden Jay put one on the ground that luckily went out of bounds early on. But that's the first blemish we've seen from a ball handling standpoint there.
Yeah, and both of these teams have been very good with the turnovers this year. Harding plus 13 coming in, Pitt State plus 11 coming in.
Yeah, you know, I thought we'd see a little bit more sloppy game with the conditions.
Handoff coming near side 40, 35, down to the 30. That's a first down. Sobzak on the tackle. Good run by Huron Parchman. And he's going to take it down to the 28-yard line, and it's a first down.
Well, this Harding defense just does such a good job of pursuing, and they play hard.
So now first down for the Gorillas at the 28-yard line. Jackson Berry waiting the snap. Man in motion from right to left. And he'll hand it off to him with a sweep around the left end and turn it back inside along the hash marks. And Lamont Cox made the tackle at the 22-yard line. And that was Gillespie on the carry. 6 on first down, so a good gain there from Cam Gillespie. So now second down and 4, but 11:08 left here in the fourth, and Harding up 37-7. Tight end in motion over to the left side. And this time keep it on the ground, and not much. Not much at all. Clark Griffin, submarines, as we've seen him do so many times. And he comes in and makes the tackle along with Nee Addy. Now it's third down, 3rd and 4, and there's another injured Gorilla down. One of the linemen down up front. So they'll tend to him right at the 20-yard line. And 3rd down and 4 coming up. Bison's, I just mentioned Clark Griffin, the GAC Defensive Player of the Year. And he's gone over 400 career tackles now after today's performance. The D2 active leader coming in with 399 career tackles. And boy, has he been super parked, not only for his career, but in the playoffs. 51 tackles before today in the playoffs. 11.5 tackles for loss and 4 sacks in 7 career playoff games. That's before today.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's a player in the country that has better football instincts than he does. He's just always in the right spot, it seems, and he's tough on top of that. And so he's not afraid. He might be the smallest guy out there, but we've said it time and time again, he's not afraid to stick his nose in there, and he's made a lot of big plays for the Bisons.
So 6 tackles, 405 in his career. The injured player is Carter Stanchfield. He's a senior, 6'4", 205 pounds, and he's able to walk with some help. He's got a trainer on each side of him as he goes off the field. So now it's 3rd down and 4. And there's the Gorillas' left tackle. 3rd down, 4. Shotgun formation. The back is Cleo Chandler Jr. Berry claps his hands. Now Berry takes the snap, looks left, fires. This is complete to Chandler Jr.
Wow.
And he's got a first down. That's a great catch at the 11-yard line. Threw it on his back shoulder, and he was able to turn and grab it.
Yeah, and get a foot down.
Yeah.
Falling out of bounds, getting hit, wet ball. That's a really nice play right there.
10:30 left now, but the Gorillas down 37-7. Bison's lead, but Pitt State knocking on the door. They have it at the 11. Now they've changed backs. Zamari Pelot Gary is in the game. And now give sweep going far side to the 10. Now inside the 10-yard line. And Grayson Lewis with a tackle at the 6 on the far side. Drew Daniels, a senior from Andover, Kansas, on the carry. 6 on first down, 2nd down 4 for the Gorillas. First tackle today for Grayson Lewis, sophomore from Windsor, Colorado. Now you see Caden Spencer has had a great game, season. He's coming in 7 sacks, 6 quarterback hurries, 11.5 tackles for loss. He's on the field right now.
Yeah, he looks the part.
Now Berry takes the snap, turns, hands it off inside, and looked like he slipped down. Clark Griffin was right there to cover him up and make the tackle. With a slip on the turf, Zamari Pelot Gary on the carry. Caden Henley was also there.
He's a really talented football player. Talking about Spencer, that is going to make a lot of plays for the Bisons in the future.
Yeah, 33 tackles coming in, 7 sacks, and we've seen him so many times be closer to more than 7 sacks for those 6 quarterback hurries. 3rd down and 4 now. Football is at the 5. They can get a first down at the 1. And now Berry takes the snap. Berry wants to throw. Fires left side. Complete. Touchdown, Pitt State. And the completion to Kieran Parchment. And into the end zone for the touchdown run. A 5-yard touchdown pass from Jackson Berry to Parchment. And now it's 37-13 Harding with 8:42 remaining. And the extra point try coming right here for the Gorillas. So they take the turnover and turn it into points.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want to do. If you're Pittsburgh State, Harding obviously got to hold on to the football.
Now the extra point is up, and the extra point is good from Austin Schmidt. So timeout, 8:42 remaining as you look at the replay and the touchdown for Pitt State. Bison's lead 37-14, 8:42 left. We'll take a 30-second timeout. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs. .842 left here, 37-14. Billy Morgan, Park Parish, and Eli Dean from First Security Stadium in Searcy. Harding leading. Is it time that you think we'll see an onside right here?
Yeah, they're lining up for it.
UIndy and Minnesota State, they have a great game. 6.5 left in that one. Minnesota State leads UIndy 28-20.
They're acting like they're going to kick it deep. Somebody's got to get back here.
Newberry and West Florida tied at 17 apiece. Pitt State, 7-play, 44-yard drive after the fumble recovery. So it's a high short kick that's going to drop in there at the 24-yard line, then be picked up by Harding, and then Gatlin just went down. Braden Jay was there to help him. He's coaching on the field. He just get out, get down.
Smart.
And so now a little bit of pushing and shoving after. So Harding's going to take over the football. I think at about the 25 is where they're going to have the football. Western Colorado and UT Permian Basin, they're in the 3rd. They're having, Park, I haven't looked at the scoreboard of that game yet at anything but something that I really believe. 19:59 is how much time's left in the 3rd quarter. That can't be right.
There's something going on with the whoever's updating that one.
But it's 12-0 Western Colorado. I think they're at halftime of that game. First down, and now this is Malik Young who's going to keep around the left end, take it up to the 28-yard line to the 29-yard line. He's going to be stopped by Billy Wolf, and it's a 5-yard gain. Line of scrimmage was a 24, so he gets up to the 29, 2nd down and 5.
That little QB power right there. See the double cover instantly by the quarterback. Probably had a little talking to on the sideline about ball security.
Cuts down Frostburg State, Ferris State, and Albany State, all winners today. Those are final. 2nd down and 5. Open field to the right. 8 minutes. We go under 8 left here in the game. And now Young takes, hands it off, and running up the middle. Now the football came free. It was knocked free, and it is recovered by Pitt State. Recovered by Ryan Medeiros.
I'll tell you what, you're fixing to see the starters go back in.
So now Harding back-to-back drives in which they've turned it over. And it'll be Pitt State with the football at the 30-yard line. And again, great group of Pitt State fans that are here across the way, and none of them have left. You can see them now 37-14. And a quick strike right here, and Pitt State really makes it interesting. 7:49 left in the fourth. Double tight end set. Open field left, and now Berry throws over the middle, complete to Nigeman into the end zone, touchdown. He was bobbling it the final 10 yards. He caught it at the 10-yard line, and then he was able to corral it and get it into the end zone. What a touchdown. Luke Nigeman, grabbed it, and then was bobbling it. And Park, I first said caught, and then I didn't know if he was going to bring it in or not, but
yeah,
Luke Nigeman did.
Great concentration right there. It's hard to hold on to a wet football.
Yeah, that's his fourth touchdown reception, and now the extra point try is good. There's a flag down, so we'll have to see. That's a 30-yard strike from Berry. Hey, give Jackson Berry a lot of credit. Remember, he's playing on an ankle that's really been bothering him. But Luke Nigeman. See what the flag is against Harding. We still have not heard from the referee.
Offsides. Defense, number 19. Penalty is declined. Try is good.
Now you really think you're going to see an extra point here, don't you? An extra point, a onside.
Yes, now
7:41.
Now you're 2 scores away.
There's the replay of that.
It's 16 points all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So absolutely you're going to see one. And I imagine you're also going to see the Harding starters go back out.
Let's see if we can see that replay once again. And watch this, Park. The great concentration, because he had it in his basket and it about almost popped out of there, and then he's trying to run and grab the football and secure it, and he was able to do so.
Yeah, it was a really nice catch. I don't know if he lost it. We couldn't tell from this angle. I don't know if he lost it when he was trying to put it away or if he never got it on the catch. But either way, it was a good job of corralling it and securing the touchdown. Now all of a sudden things are interesting.
Yeah, we saw him last year. He was such a huge part of their offense, and he got injured in the game very early. He was injured in that game last year. We didn't see him a lot, but came in with 8 catches before today, and that's his 4th receiving touchdown. Now here is the kick. It's another short kick. It's going to hit at the 30-yard line. It's free.
Nice play.
And it's going to go out of bounds on the far side. Harding may have helped it go out of bounds on the far side.
Smart play by Luke Martin.
Yeah,
right
Luke
there.
Martin. Well, again, they're trying to hit that soft spot with the kickoffs. And now, 37-21, Cole Keelan is back in the football game. So is Christian Franklin. So is Andrew Miller. And so is Braden Jay. If you're Harding, you didn't want to have to do this. You didn't want your starters back in there. With 7:40 left. It was 37-7 Harding at one point. Now it's 37-21 with 7:40 remaining. And now here is Keelan from the 25, takes the snap. Keelan hands it off. Andrew Miller lowers his shoulder, gets it to the 32-yard line, and he is tackled by Blake Carr and also Stephen Ward. So now it's pickup of 7, 2nd down and 3, 7:24 left here in the 4th. Very, very light rain right now. So Pitt State, 2 turnovers they have forced here in the 4th quarter, and they've scored on both of them. And you said quickly, and you can't score any quicker than they did on that last possession.
Yeah, Harding needs a few first downs here.
2nd down and 3. And now here is Keelan, takes it right side, a very good play up front by the Gorillas. And that is Stephen Ward, the linebacker, senior from Nixa, Missouri. Made the tackle. Now it's 3rd and 3, no gain there.
Yeah, big play, huge play right here.
6:41, the Pitt State fans standing across the way. The Harding fans, a lot of them standing on the near side. I think the rain is all but stopped. See, a lot of the umbrellas have gone away. 3rd down and 3, 6 1/4 left. And now Keelan takes the snap. Toss left side for Jay, and Jay is not going to get the first down. He's got to be stopped, and Stephen Ward threw him backwards, and it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, the crowd didn't like it, but there's nothing there.
So the punting unit will have to come on the field and punt it away with 5:56 remaining in the 4th quarter. So Mamana, who will come on to punt it. And Mamana has only punted it once today, a 44-yard punt earlier. Standing at his own 18-yard line. And he gets the punt away. It's going to hit at the 26, takes a good hop right into the hands of Parchment. He's going to run it up the middle. Then he's going to be tackled at the 30-yard line. Good coverage by Harding. And Hilton was in on the tackle along with Jakaisen Wright. Now the defense comes back out onto the field.
Yeah, you got to find a way right here to at least slow them down. Run a lot of time off that clock, get it back to your offense. I mean, this is a football game again all of a sudden.
37-21. And now Pitt State with it in a 2-possession game from the 30. Pistol formation. Want to throw it here. Berry throws left side, incomplete. Trying to throw the screen pass to Cleo Chandler Jr., but now 2nd down 10.
If that's complete right there, that's a big play. I mean, I don't know if it's busted coverage or what, but there is nobody over there. He gets a lot of yards after catch if he brings that one in.
2nd down from the 30. Stops the clock with the incompletion. Just 2 minutes left in that UIndy-Minnesota State game, and Minnesota State up 28-21. So now Jackson Berry takes a snap. Berry drops back. Berry looks, slings it over the middle, complete. 1st down up to the 45-yard line. Clark Griffin and Troy Wiseman combined to make the tackle, but it is a 1st down, and that is Jalen Travis on the reception. They go in a hurry to the 46, and now Berry to throw. Berry throwing deep downfield and almost picked off at the 20-yard line. Troy Wiseman got his hands on it and was able to break it up. It was intended for Jalen Travis. Now 2nd down 10 at the 46.
A really nice job in coverage. He's mad at himself for that one, but that would have been a really tough catch.
Oh, yeah.
Really tough catch right there.
4:54 remaining.
You know, how big, Billy, is that missed extra point in the first score of the game? Right now it's sitting at 16.
So now at the 46, 4:54 left. Jackson Berry takes a snap, hands it off, sweep coming near side, midfield, and pushed out of bounds at the 44-yard line. The run there by Grayson Holbert and the tackle Caden Henley. So now it's 3rd down and 2, 4:41 and counting from the 46 now of Harding.
Play right here for the Bisons. You know, I mean, obviously you want to stop them, but you're also okay with letting that clock continue to run. Tackling folks, you know, quickly and keeping the big plays at a minimum.
So 3rd down, and now handed off coming near side. 1st down to the 40-yard line, down the sideline, and bumped out of bounds out of their boundary. And that's the tackle by Spencer, the run there by Cleo Chandler Jr., but we have a flag. And Park thinks it's coming back.
Holding, 76, offense, 10 yards from the previous spot, 3rd down.
That's a big, big penalty, Park.
That's huge. That is huge. I didn't see the hold, but I suspected, based off where it was, that it was on the offense.
So it's 3rd down and 12. 4 minutes left. Open field left. And now back to throw. Looking. Barry rolls right on 3rd and 12. Barry's going to run into the boundary, and he got back to about the line of scrimmage, so that's about a 2-yard gain on the play. So now a 4th down and 12, or 4th down and 10, I beg your pardon, and 3:46 left. Are they going to use a timeout, the Gorillas? Yeah, well, you might as well, Park, because you have to pick up this 4th down.
That's right.
It's 3:44 left, and the football game hangs in the balance right here. Now this one, and Eli Dean. Check in with him downstairs, Eli.
Yeah. So a lot of kind of happened here lately here. We've got, the 2 turnovers, the quick turnovers. That was kind of a prevalent thing that happened last week. Northwest Missouri State was able to get a turnover and then quickly score a touchdown, but we didn't see 2 of those last week. One big thing for defense, if they aren't able to convert here, Stephen Ward leads the Gorillas in tackling. He's from Nixon, Missouri. Their head coach at high school, John Perry, who played for Harding with Coach Simmons when they were both on the defensive line together. So a little bit of Harding ties together here. And Stephen Ward, he was able to make a couple big plays on that last drive against Harding. So we'll kind of see what happens here on this 4th down play. Obviously, it's going to be probably a pass here, but we'll look with under 4 minutes to go. This is a must-need play for the Gorillas, Billy.
All right, thanks, Eli. And, yeah, this is a huge, huge play coming up right here. A lot of Harding ties all around. We know we see them, and it's always great to see all of that. So now it's 4th down.
Well, this is for the ball game right here.
4th and 10. From the 46, 3:45 left. Harding up 37-21. And now Barry steps up. Barry, pressure. Barry running. Now Barry's going to run for it, and he stops short. He's hit out of bounds by Deion Campbell. Deion Campbell hit him out of bounds into the sideline, and it's short of a 1st down.
And I'll tell you what, I think on a good ankle he gets there. You can tell he's just gimpy.
Yeah, Park, you're right. I think that's a great point because he has battled through, and you have to give him all the credit in the world because he could barely put any weight on it back in the 3rd quarter. And he has just stopped, about a yard short. He almost got there.
Yeah, he had the grass. He couldn't get the motor going enough on a flat tire.
So Barry, 10 of 21, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 117 yards. That's through the air. And it is Harding who'll have it now at the 46. Still 3:35 left. Still a 2-possession game. And Keelan right behind Williams. Takes the snap, hands it off to Miller, midfield. Miller to the 45. He's got a 1st down. Down inside the 45-yard line, down to the 44-yard line. And Harding will move the chains with 3:22 left in the 4th. And now the Gorillas, I'll tell you somebody else, you have to give a lot of credit to Sam Holtz, who's played banged up all day. He just went off the field with the substitution change, but he's been hurt, and he's played through it, made some big plays for the Gorillas.
I'll tell you what, you get down to this time of the year, and there's a lot of folks banged up on both sides. So these kids are tough to come out here and play.
Keelan from the 44 takes the snap, turns, hands it off to Miller. Miller straight up the middle, takes it down to the 38-yard line, and stopped by Billy Wolf. He's going to get 6 on 1st down. There's the 2nd timeout charged to.
Timeout. Pittsburgh State. 2nd charge timeout at a half. Be a 30-second timeout.
2:43 left, and now 37-21. Harding, Minnesota State. That game with a minute 34 left. Minnesota State up 34-27. West Florida's taken their first lead over Newberry, 23-17. That's early in the 4th quarter. Winner of this game gets either Western Colorado or Texas Permian Basin. That has moved finally into the 3rd quarter. It's 12-0 Western Colorado. Frostburg a winner today. Ferris State was down early but came back to win big, 56-24 over Ashland. One of the better games of the day, maybe the best game, was Albany State and Benedict. 14-12, Albany State won that. Kutztown won big today over Assumption, 56-19. So there are still 4 games going right now.
Yeah, you know, we thought we had this one wrapped up a while back, but a few turnovers made it interesting all of a sudden again. I think Harding is going to sneak away here.
Both teams have just 1 timeout remaining. And, hey, hats off to the fans that came today from both universities on a less than ideal weather day, a holiday weekend, but a playoff crowd today. Everybody's really been into the game all around the stadium. 2nd down and 4. And now here's the give to Miller, and Miller's going to carry it forward down to the 37. So he's about a yard short. I beg your pardon. He gets about a yard there, about 3 yards short. So, yeah, that's Stephen Ward again in on that play, along with Spencer Ward. So now 3rd down, Bisons can really put a dent in it right here, Park, with a 1st down. And you feel like that they're in the situation in which they're in 4-down territory. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
I don't think they want to give the football back to that Pitt offense for sure. So I agree with you. They're in 4-down territory, and, you know, 1st down here ices it. So
What a job Tom Anthony has done at Pitt State. We talk about Paul Simmons in his 8th season, trying to get his 90th win here today. Tom Anthony in 2 years at Pitt State came in 18-5 and a share of the MIAA this year. And both of these coaches, I saw them before the game down on the field talking. A lot of respect between these 2 programs.
yeah, it's 2 programs with a lot of history and a lot of success, especially lately for Harding. And Pittsburgh State has had a lot of success as well. But they're just a historic program that's always been successful.
So now 3rd down 2, and Keelan gives Miller 1st down to the 32-yard line. Stopped by Reginald King, the safety, to the 32, and the Bisons can move the chains. And now this is a team that's in total yards are right knocking on the door of 500. Right now, Harding, they are at 455. We'll see after that play right there how many yards they officially gave him. 1st down, Bisons. And now there's the 2-minute timeout. So 37-21, just 2 minutes left. We'll step away for our final timeout, a 60-second break. Harding leads 37-21. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs.
To learn more about NCAA eligibility requirements.
So from the 32-yard line, Harding has it with just 2 minutes left in the game and up 37-21. Told Keelan and his team they are in victory formation. And there's a kneel down. Pitt State has no timeout, so this is a Harding team, you know, coming in, talked about it very early, but 671 rushing yards away from breaking their all-time college football record. Obviously knew they had to win this game to get to another one, and then maybe even another one. 61-60 back in 23. 9 touchdowns away from breaking the record of 79 rushing touchdowns. Today on the ground, Harding 432 yards, so they took a big step in that direction. 458 total offense, 26 on the ground.
Yeah, they're
There's
just
another kneel down.
operating at an extremely high level all year. They have been, and it has continued so far through the first 2 rounds of the playoffs.
Pitt State 236 yards, 117 through the air, 119 on the ground. Harding 24 first downs today. Not as many as last week, but that's still a good day. Because you don't have many, you get 31
Yes,
a week ago. A week ago.
You know, they had the ball for so long a week ago.
Yeah, 35 minutes today.
Yes, you know, that's the MO of this team, and it has been.
So now one more kneel down, and that'll do it. And Paul Simmons and Tom Anthony will meet at midfield, and Paul Simmons' team is going back to the region finals. They'll play either Western Colorado or Texas Permian Basin next week. For the Gorillas, it ends a 10-game winning streak. They finished the year at 10-3. For the Bisons, they're now 13-0. They've won 23 straight at home in 44 of their last 46 games. And a very, I think, entertaining football game here at First Security Stadium today, Park.
Yeah, a lot of talent out there. I mean, these teams that come down from the MIAA, you know, they know how to play football. And it's fun to get to compete against programs like Northwest Missouri and like Pitt State because of the tradition and, you know, they're successful programs that do a lot of winning. And so to be able to compete with these guys and come away with 2 victories, that's an accomplishment and quite the feat.
All right, before we get your final thoughts, Park, let's go downstairs. Aiden Dean's been in the Eli Dean has been in the weather all day today. And Eli, your final thoughts on the football game today?
Yeah, so Harding was able to have a lot of success here with the ball like they normally do here, but today 430 total yards. Andrew Miller leads the pack, 3 touchdowns on 26 carries for 172 yards. They had 4 of their top rushers average at least 6.6 yards a carry, and when you can do that, that is very effective. We are a little sloppy on turnovers at the end with the backup, so they'll want to kind of clean that up here into next week. But Pitt State, they had their opportunities late, they just weren't able to quite execute, and I've been standing right next to this NCAA sign, champions win here. Like you mentioned, Billy, 23 straight home games, second largest streak, but we'll see a regional champion here next week between the winner of Permian Basin and Western Colorado, Billy.
All right, thanks, Eli. Enjoyed hearing from you throughout the day today. And Park Parish back to the region finals. The Bisons go, and it's will not be a familiar opponent next week, either UT Permian Basin or Western Colorado. But just wrap up your thoughts on this one and kind of look ahead to next week.
Yeah, I thought Harding had a great game plan coming in. I thought they executed at a high level in the first half and through the third quarter. Things obviously got sloppy in the fourth quarter. You'd like to see that cleaned up. A lot of that is with your backups in. Made things interesting at the end. I mean, you know, it's a sloppy day. These guys have been sitting on the sideline the whole game. It's hard to just come in and turn it on and hold on to the football. But obviously that's the only blemish. Other than that, Harding rolled on offense, and the defense was able to slow down that Pitt State attack for most of the game. And overall, just a good performance all the way around.
And for Pitt State, a tremendous year to win 10 straight, 10-3, and we saw a great effort from the Gorillas.
Oh yeah, they're a great football team. Like you said, young. Pitt State and Northwest Missouri, both who we saw last week, both young football teams, and I expect that they're going to make some noise next year and in the years to come. Those are programs that are very proud and have good reason to be. Great programs that have done made a lot of noise in the playoffs and had a lot of success, and so great win for Harding. But yeah, nothing to hang your head about if you're Pittsburgh State. They have a lot of momentum to take into the offseason and get ready for next year.
We'll find out the kickoff time. Last 2 weeks have been 1 o'clock kicks. I will probably expect that, but we're not sure. That's not official. But we'll be here at First Security Stadium. We know next week to watch Harding and either Western Colorado or UT Permian Basin, and a region final here in Searcy. There's only been one other time that there's been a region final here, so it'll be an exciting Saturday.
Yeah, it's been kind of a mainstay for Harding, it seems, the last few years, just regional final after regional final. Some of them they've come out on top, some of them fallen short, so it should be an exciting one next week.
Yeah, and they're for the home team. It's always, you like to, for the students back on campus, so should be a great atmosphere because it's only the second time it's been here.
Right, yeah, I expect a lot of folks to turn out. You know, you start getting this deep in the playoffs and people start looking ahead, and they get a little bit more excited. So I expect this place to be packed out.
All right, Park Parish, always appreciate being with you. Enjoy our time together in the booth. Thanks for your time, and I will see you next Saturday.
It's been fun, Billy. Go Bisons.
All right, Park Parish with me today. Also, Eli Dean joining us here on the broadcast again, our outstanding crew. Thanks so much for your work today, and thanks everyone for watching and listening today. 37-21 is the final. Bisons win it today over the Gorillas. Harding now 13-0. The Gorillas of Pitt State, their season ends at 10-3. So for our entire crew and for Eli Dean and Park Parish, this is Billy Morgan saying thanks for being with us, and so long from First Security Stadium in Searcy.